Good evening, afternoon, morning, good day, wherever you happen to be around the world. Welcome along. 2,704 days. That is 7 years, 4 months, and 25 days. Or if you want to look at it another way, 88 months and 25 days since Leicester were last bottom of the Premier League. We sacked Ranieri when we were sat in 17th. Yes, I know it was further into the season, but we had less chance of going down then than we do now. Is this Brendan's last chance saloon? This is Leicester Till I Die TV, the Watchalong, Brighton versus Leicester. Good day.
It's time! Strap yourself in, because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
You are watching and listening to Chris and Leicester Till I Die TV on YouTube and your favourite podcasts. Your first choice for everything Leicester City. Tune in and join in now.
And now, here's your host.
Right, Chris.
All right there. Well, been better. I don't know about you. A few hellos. Jason is in the house. Hello, Jason. How the devil are you? Blake's in. I'm a Brighton fan. 2-0 Leicester City, in my opinion. I've got to be honest with you, Blake. Thanks for coming along. Why not give us a sub? Because we do a load of predictions, women's football, fun games, quizzes. We're always looking for fans from other clubs. I've gone 2-0 Leicester, but that's my heart. My head, I think it could be 1 or 2-0 to you, mate. I really, really do. Scott, hello, Chris, and everyone else. Hope you are all well. What can I say? Shocked with his lineup, but at least he's trying something new. Hopefully it works out. And hi to Spencer as well. Afternoon, here we go. Again, it's like waiting for your sentence to be passed in court. I think it's more like being sat on the toilet waiting for your turd to be passed, isn't it? Look, for those of you that don't know, guess what? We're playing Brighton today. This is Leicester Till I Die TV. We are all over the web. If you want to find us in your socials, just type in either LTID on like Twitch and TikTok or Leicester Till I Die, and we should come up on all your Facebooks, Twitters, Instagrams, etc. YouTube, Leicester Till I Die TV. Like I say, if you are new, please do give us a subscribe. And if you have subscribed to us then already, please smash that likes button. It really does help our algorithms. The cream's not been working, so that might. This is where you can find us, and this is who we're
Watch us on YouTube. Listen on your favourite podcast platform, or ask your smart speaker to play the podcast Leicester Till I Die. Broadcasting live worldwide.
It is, and we are playing Brighton away. Yeah, I've gone 2-0 Leicester, more in hope than expectation. David's in. He thinks 2-0 to Brighton. I won't be surprised, mate. But it's the Foxes, so who knows? Indeed. Hayden's in. Hi, Hayden. How the hell are you? Thank you for joining us. And Ghostly Freak, no, I don't. Thank you very much on Twitch. You go and shove one where the sun don't shine. For you, I've started early today, and there's a reason I started early today, because I want to fit this in, because you may remember about a year ago, I think it was, I actually had Max Rushton on the show. A lovely, lovely man. And he does the Sunday warm-up on a Sunday morning with Barry Glendinning, probably one of the nicest Irishmen I've ever met, by Jove. Yes, he is. And that was nothing like it, was it? Between them, they do the Sunday warm-up. I go on there quite often, and usually I'm quite happy. But I kind of said what I thought today, which is not always like me. I've got to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a background on, and then I'm going to let you listen to it. So it's going to play. It's about 7 minutes long. This was what I was saying on Talksport this morning. I think they might have me back.
You're asking the wrong questions.
Yeah. I don't know why that's not started from the beginning. Let me delete that. While I'm just waiting for that to work, please, stick your thoughts and your score predictions in the chat. Let's just see if I can get the famous Foxes, the ex-Foxes score predictions up. I may or may not be able to. I think it's going to be one of those days today. Here we go. So these are the score predictions. Which way do you think it will go? I've gone 2-0 to Leicester. If we don't win this one, for me, bye-bye, Brendan. Craig's gone 1-1. And I think we both said we were being optimistic with that. We're not going to lie. Jerry Taggart has gone 1-1 as well. Steve Walsh has gone 2-1 to Leicester. Steve Linux has gone 2-2. Ian Marshall's gone 2-0, and Ian Wilson has gone 2-2. And we're all sat here with crossing our fingers in the hope that it will be. James is in. Hello, how are you? Hayden, I won't have to watch the misery today. I'm at a football match myself today. It's not Man United or Arsenal, are you, by any chance? It'll be 3-1 Brighton. James says, hit the like and subscribe. George said 2-1 to either team. Could go either way. Sorry to say, Chris, but 2-1 to Brighton. I have to say, say what you think, mate. Say what you think. I went 2-0. Chris Welsh, afternoon, mate. I hope you are well as well. Thank you for joining us. Agreed, Chris. We won't. If we don't win, he could go. I don't think he will, but I hope he would. And whoever's on Facebook, come on, you foxes, indeed. Right, let's try this again. So this is me, for your sins, on Talksport earlier.
Or Leicester City with a friend of the show, editor of Leicester Till I Die, Chris Forey. And Chris, thanks for coming on. I was going to say, how are you? But in a footballing sense, how are you, Chris?
Note to self: put on happy voice for radio.
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to. You can be honest with us.
John, it's a bad season. I mean, it's been. This is how sad we as fans are. 2,704 days since we were last at the foot of the Premier League. It's getting worse season in season. It's not. You look at some managers and you look at the sort of like Ralph's and whatever, and let's say Graham Potter at Brighton. He's improving the team season on season. At the moment we are getting worse season on season.
And Brendan Rodgers has made comments suggesting the target for the season is to get 40 points. That seems quite a remarkable thing to say this early in the campaign. Do you think he's trying to talk himself out of a job?
100%. And I wish... The problem is he doesn't want to resign because he won't get a payoff. But he's a manager that wants to buy players all the time, and he feels he can only improve things by getting players in. But surely, if he's this fantastic coach that everybody says he is, then he should be able to get better out of the players he's got. This is the team, and this is the squad virtually, that won the FA Cup, that won the Community Shield, that got us into Europe twice. why the hell are we bottom of the league? What's he doing?
It's interesting. A lot of people who don't watch Leicester week in, week out, and I think I've probably been guilty of this, have said, look, you've got to feel sorry for Brendan Rodgers because his arms are tied behind his back. He doesn't have money to spend. He hasn't the only club in the world not to buy anyone in this window. But people who watch Leicester week in, week out, and judging from what you're saying, a very positive person generally, Chris, the feeling amongst Leicester fans is actually slightly different.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, we bought a third choice goalkeeper on a freebie. And
they all count.
And we did get a face-in on to replace he who must not be mentioned on deadline day as a central defender. I just think he's making excuses all the time. He's coming out and saying the players were tired against Brentford, and he made one substitution out of 5. Brendan is very good at blaming everything except Brendan. And he's got to be careful in what he says because it's going to come back and bite him on the proverbial. He said, again, I forget who it was against, we've got a very inexperienced team. And yet we went and lost to Southampton, who were fielding the youngest team in the Premier League since 2017. So what he's saying isn't being backed up. And the way he's blaming those above, and I get why we've got no money. I get why we've got to watch what we spend. The FFP is, keeping an eye on us. UEFA said we're ourselves, West Ham, Man City, Chelsea said we're all going to be sort of watched closer now. So I get the fact that we're not spending, and I don't want to go and spend for the sake of spending like Barcelona and end up with a load of players because we're only allowed to register 25. And I certainly don't want to do what Leeds did a few years ago and just spend and gamble on us getting into Europe. Because if we don't, we saw what happened to Leeds. So I get that. But Brendan, you're supposed to... I think it was Robbie Savage before the game the other night against Man United. He said, this team, if it wasn't for Brendan Rodgers, I think would get relegated. But with Brendan Rodgers, they won't. Well, I'm sorry, Robbie. The way things are looking at the moment, we will get relegated with Brendan Rodgers.
That seems really unlikely. I mean, to not get relegated, you only have to be better than 3 other teams, and there are some pretty bad teams in the Premier League.
You say, I mean, I'm looking here. If I look at the upcoming games that we've got, the next 6 games for me are pivotal. They will determine what's going to happen for me, because we've got Villa coming up who are 17th. We've got Tottenham coming up, and that's a gimme. We're not going to get anything. For anything we get from that will be a bonus. Even if we weren't having a bad season, we cannot beat Tottenham at Spurs. We've then got Forest, who are 19th. We've then got Bournemouth, who are 13th. Palace, who are 15th. Leeds, who are 9th. If we don't get, at least 4 wins out of that, then we don't deserve to be in the Premier League.
Well, I'm going to say to you, Chris, I reckon, right, if Brighton beat you today and you play Aston Villa next, if there's a winner of that game, I think the losing manager will be gone.
If we lose, I mean, I tried to defend Brendan last season. I was all for, yes, we've had all the injuries, give him a chance when he's got the players back. And towards the end of the season, we had the players back and we won a few. But if we lose to Brighton today, I don't want him there against Villa. I really,
Chris,
really don't. And I've been his biggest supporter, since he joined.
You didn't keep your happy voice on for long, Chris, I'll be honest.
You're asking the wrong questions.
Thing is, mate, right, you know, what you have to do, and I think you've got enough perspective, is it's going badly at the moment. It is 2,700 however many days since you were bottom of the league. You'd probably, if I'd said that on the day, you've got 2,700 days off, you'd probably gone, all right, I'll take that. Anyway, look, thanks so much for coming on. Hope you get a result for your sake, Chris. And I hope you're happier next time we chat to you.
Can I just say one last thing, sorry? We sacked Ranieri, who had won us the Premier League when we were sat in 17th.
Yeah.
I will leave you with that thought. Guys, thanks for having me on.
Hey, pleasure. Cheers, Chris. Chris Forian there.
Leicester Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Oh, hello there. How are you? Welcome back. Oh, I'm just dying here. What the results goes today, I probably might wish I had them. That was myself on Talksport live this morning. If you missed it, yeah, that is how I felt. Normally I go on and I'm all up and happy, and this we're going to do well. Come on, we're just going through a bad patch, but I could not. I'll play that back at half time, maybe, depending how the game's going. Awantha, hello, how are you? Well, that's what they said on there, but why do we have to wait that long if results go against us? Brighton haven't conceded more than 2 goals since City beat them last season. But Numpty thinks it'll be 0-3 to Leicester. Join the Numpty Club. Join the Numpty Club, MH. Thanks for coming along. Highfields is in. Hi. Highfields, how are you doing, sir? Welcome along. The new defender who is not playing is called Fass. Well, it's Faes, I think, Terry. Which is pronounced fast, which is what it might be. It may be because he hasn't got a visa. He's got visa problems. Well, we heard that about the set piece coach about 2 months ago. God, if we can't play him for 2 months, it can be worse than 14 seconds, isn't it? I just don't know what's gonna. I really, 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 really don't. We should, teams under other managers, Ralph Hall thought out tactics Brendan Rodgers. And I don't know if it was on there, whether they actually edited it out or not, but before the game the other day when we played Man United, Robbie Savage, and to be honest with you, on BT and what have you, he's usually all right about Leicester. And he wasn't having a go at Leicester. He said, without Brendan Rodgers in charge, this team would get relegated. Well, I'm sorry, Robbie. With Brendan Rodgers in charge, this team could get relegated. It is as simple as that. I defended him last season, all the injuries, etc. He's obviously won us the FA Cup, but Ranieri won us the Premier League, and he was sacked when we were in 17th, not in 20th. I mean, come on. What is going on at the club? Let's just have a few... Scott Terry says, apparently Faze is supposed to have good leadership skills. Well, we won't know till he gets his visa, will he? Hiya, Rabbit. Rabbit's in. How are you? I just hope for you that VAR is at the talking point again. It was in most of the games. I couldn't watch Match of the Day last night. I just get fed up. We shouldn't be talking about VAR because we used to talk like this about the refs. We shouldn't talk about it like for VAR because basically it was supposed to stop that. So we are just talking about something else that we, that we could not, can't control. The referees, everything. Well, just not complaining about the referees. VAR just in place of referees now. You need a decent win. To be honest with you, Ravi, I'd take it with Daka farting and the ball being blown into the net and winning 1-0, to be honest with you. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people see Brighton winning. It's fair enough. They're talking Liverpool in the background. David, another visa cock-up. Indeed, it is. I'm just trying to get the stream here on at the moment, and it isn't. Seems to be working there now. Very crisp for me. If you get the past glories, it's the here and now that counts. It is the here and now that counts. But if we do that, if we apply that, Terry, Rodgers have got to go because it is the here and now, and we are here and now. We are sat 20th, bottom of the Premier League. Right, let's have a look at some facts, shall we? You know you love my facts. Anthony, to be honest with you, mate, I don't want to hear about that guy. You can say what you want in the chat, but you won't get any of those pinned up to the on screen at all. I'm sorry. Mike's in, and Mike, I had a look at your video. You weren't very happy yesterday either, were you? But thanks for the backup there. Love Island, not in Bristol, it's not. It's like Rust Island, isn't it? Sean Dyche, anybody? No. Not by playing with square pegs in round holes. Reminds me of a certain Mr. Holloway. Does it not, you guys? One wonders. One wonders, stroking chin thoughtfully. Right, so is the clock ticking for Brendan Rodgers at Leicester? If we lose, could this be his last game? If we lose, do you want it to be his last game, guys? Let me know. VAR out. No, I'd sooner poke hot needles into my eyeballs, Mike. I really would. Yeah, I mean that would be great, but I don't think he'd come. And if he came, I think he'd do what Ancelotti did at Everton. As soon as somebody bigger comes, he'd go running away. But yeah, are out. So here we go. So today's team news. Let's have a look at it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. If I'd lie if I said I wasn't a tad confused. And I think you can probably understand my thoughts at that, can you not? I'm just trying to see if I can get, there we go, lineups. Here we go. They haven't put it up yet. So let's have a look at this then. So we've got in the team, we've got Ward in goal, fair enough. David, I don't know who I want, to be honest with you. Who would come to us? You know, all the teams that we're mentioning, the managers like Potter today, Cooper at Forest, Vieira at Palace. Would any of them come? Ralph at Southampton. Would anybody come to Leicester at the moment? Anyway, we've got Justin at the right back. Evans the captain. Again in DD. What has Soyuncu done? For God's sake, Brendan, grow up. Grow a pair of balls. You're not a kid. Play the team and play as somebody said earlier, let's put round pegs in round holes. Brendan, the only round hole you've got is your arsehole, and that's where this team's lineup should be shoved. You said, Brendan, that you would not play any player that didn't want to be at the club, and that's why you weren't playing Soyuncu, because he was thinking of looking at other clubs. What the fuck? You're picking Tielemans all the time, and he's been not only A, he's been shit, but B, he wanted to leave long before everybody else. But you pick him. What is he doing? You're useless, Brendan. You need to pack your bags and go. We've got Samari, Tielemans, Maddison, midfield, Barnes, and Daka either side of Inacho. I don't know how good that is going to be. I'm joined now by somebody who's probably a lot more happier than I am. #not. And we'll bring him in and say, hiya, Josh. How the devil are you, sir?
Good afternoon, Chris. How are you?
I don't know what you caught in my rant, but I had a rant on the radio.
I've just been making coffee and that, mate, so I didn't. What have I missed?
To be honest with you, I went on Talksport earlier, and they very kindly sent me a recording, so I did play that. It's about 7 minutes long. He's got to go if we lose this. Yeah. Looking at this team, he's playing in DD in defence, which is one of our best midfielders. That's taking nothing away from Samari. He has absolutely no idea what he's doing. He is making our team worst season on season on season. Other managers, coaches on making their teams better. He's been outthought. He's this great coach, and he's crap. He's not a great coach. He's a fraud, I'm afraid.
I mean, the starting lineup, as you say, it's more than questionable. I think, I mean, I suppose with dropping Vardy, you could sort of read into it two ways, really. I mean, it'd be 3 games in a week for him, so maybe he's thinking, right, I'll give him a rest. But on the other hand, you could sort of see the images that came out from the other night. He sort of didn't give him the best of looks, to be honest with you. Thomas instead of Castagna is another strange one. I think, unfortunately, Castagna looks like he's going to be one of the players that's maybe fell out with Brendan, and until Brendan leaves, he's not really going to get a look in. Same as, obviously, like say, Soyuncu, not even on the bench, not in the squad. It appears to me, I don't know, mate. I mean, it appears to me that he's sort of setting us up so he does get the actual sack. Do you know what I mean? Because he knows he's going to get a payout.
That's what they said on Talksport. It does look like that. And the things he's saying, and I agreed 100%. I said he does. And, I just think, I mean, he's put a bit of an apology up on lcfc.com explaining his comments, but it's too little too late. I mean, I get Vardy. I do get Vardy being dropped.
Yeah.
He can't play that many games now. We knew that. Thank God we haven't got Europe to throw into the pot as well. But
yeah, that's right.
We so I didn't expect Vardy to be playing. But how can this deluded manager, and I call him deluded, say I'm not playing Soyuncu because I don't want to play players that aren't committed to the club. For fuck's sake, he's playing Tielemans.
Yeah,
he's not wanting to sign for I don't know how long, Brendan. Stop talking out your fucking arse and do your job. Like I say, Robbie Savage before Man United. No, sorry, mate. I said Robbie Savage before Man United said this team would go down if it wasn't for Brendan Rodgers being in charge. I tell you what, this team will go down with Brendan Rodgers in charge the way he's performing. I mean, I get Samari being in. Why is Tielemans in? He's been a bit shit anyway, although he did have a good game against Chelsea. And I say I do get the Vardy thing, but, are we not losing something by taking one of our best midfielders and playing him out of position when we've got a very good left-footed defender, centre-back, sat on the bench, doing nothing?
It's not even that, mate. I mean, even Dewsbury all getting dropped. I know he's not been... I wouldn't say he's had the best of games.
Don't even start me on that.
I wouldn't say he's had the best of games the last two or 3 games, but you lose that bit of energy in midfield. Granted, he's not always brilliant on the ball, but he's constantly running. Trying to look. He's always looking for the ball, and again, mate. I think the starting lineup to me looks like Brendan's He's just thought, you know what, fuck it. What will be. And if I get the sack, like I say, if I get the sack, I'll get, 10, 15 million payout, whatever it is that we'll owe him. It's a strange one, really. I mean, after, in the next hour and a half, 2 hours, we could look back hopefully we'll look back in on it with 3 points. And then we're just thinking, well, he's done the sort of done the right thing. But I don't know. Maybe it's statements of him coming out saying, listen, no player's bigger than me here at the club.
Well, he is nothing, the short arse.
It's just a strange selection. I mean, we've been asking for 2 up top, which is fair enough.
That won't be 2 up top. That'd be an actual up top and Daka on the wing with Barnes.
Yeah, that's what literally I was just going to say. Maybe it is, but... I don't know, mate. I mean, with a right wing situation, it's been that long now where, as we were saying in the Watchalong United on Thursday, we've never replaced Mahrez, but you're never going to because he was that good. But, if we can't bring somebody in, bring one of the youth players and see what they can do. Do you know what I mean? Like, even, players like the young lad Will Alves. I know he's only played one game for us, but he came on against Watford in the Cup and done really well, looks tricky. And you put a young lad there, you've got nothing to lose. You know they're going to give 110% because they're going to want to impress. Fair enough, they'll give the ball away, but they're going to because they're going to make mistakes. But it's like you say, mate,
it looks like if he's playing to get sacked by putting these teams out, and Mike's made a good point I meant to mention earlier, and I'll bring that up, Mike, in a minute. I get we can't buy anybody. I totally get that. Yeah. We've seen from the announcement by UEFA regarding FFP, we are being watched now. We are actually being watched along with West Ham and Chelsea and Man City, but we're being watched regarding our spending. So I get that. So you have to make the best of what you've got. And this is the team that won us the FA Cup, that won us the Community Shield, that got us into Europe, that has got us sat at the bottom of the Premier League. What is the common factor on that? I tell you what it is. It's that stupid arsehole of a manager.
Yeah, I agree, mate. And I've said it to you time and time again, pal. These players aren't bad players. On paper, I'd say we've got not one of the best teams in the league because we're far off it now. We're far off it nowadays. But I'd say on paper, we've probably got one of the best, I'd say like top 10 starting 11s in the league. Easily, I'd say. So they're not bad players, but it's the way they're being set up. It's the tactics they're being given, which so far this season has just been, they look like half of them don't look like they know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah.
You know what, mate? I read something. I read something today, and they were saying, well, I mean, with the Vardy thing, as I say, you can see it both ways. If he's dropped him purely to be an arsehole and to make a bit of a statement, then he's gonna rue that mistake because who else?
I think he's dropped Vardy because it's 2 games in,
which is fair enough.
Fair
enough. But if it has gone the other way and he's dropped him to make a statement, then it's going to come back and bite him on the arse.
Things have, the players were tied against Brentford, but he only made 1 substitution. Yeah, we had an inexperienced side against Arsenal, and yet we couldn't even beat Southampton, who had the youngest side in the Premier League since 2017. Just saying, looking at MH there, he's saying, if I were a decent manager being hamstrung, if you were a decent manager, I'd love a decent manager. Being hamstrung by financial management, I'd do my best to get sacked too. Would you really, MH, or would you not say, do you know what? I was being touted for Man United and Spurs and Barcelona earlier in the season. See what I'm going to prove? I'm going to prove that I can do my best with this team.
You know what?
See what they could do. They could release him and put him on gardening leave, and then we wouldn't have to pay him off. We just get him to just pay his wages, which might be cheaper than the payoff. Louis,
what it is? Just quickly, mate. I mean, his stock's plummeted so much over the last 18 months or so. Enough of the bitching. It is what it is. Just fucking get on with it. Make the best of what you've got. Don't keep coming out in this press saying, we really needed to invest. But the thing that puzzles me is surely the board have said to him before the summer, before the transfer window, before pre-season, listen, we've got to be really careful this summer because we are getting watched. We are being we will get looked at into, what we're spending in outgoings and incomings and stuff. So he's got to have been told something. That's what I don't understand. Yeah. He's the manager at the end of the day. He can't have been completely left in the dark about it.
No, the players are in the tunnel. So before we start, I'm just going to run through the. David says, "Calm down, Chris." Soyuncu Mike says Soyuncu is being linked with Galatasaray. I mean, it's great, isn't it? We're short of defenders, so let's sell one of our international centre backs. Yeah. Brendan, you're an arsehole. You are a fucking arsehole. There's no 2 ways about it. We haven't got anybody in that position, so you go and sell one of our best players. Swivel your head, Brendan, and preferably stick up your arse and go back to Liverpool. These players don't become bad players overnight. They've just been underperforming. They're not been. They're doing what the team represents. The team is what the manager makes it, and that's why they're shit, because the manager is shit. Let's have a look at just some other facts here. That is where we are at the moment. Bottom of the league. Highfields saying, where is the new signing? Guess what, Highfields? He's got visa problems. That is where we are at the bottom of the league. Look at that. I mean, we've not even got a green dot next to us. Bournemouth have won 2, for fuck's sake. And they got stuffed 9-0. Brendan, go. We went through the score results earlier. This is what we've got coming up the next 6 games. Forget Tottenham. We're not going to get anything from it. We're playing Villa, who are in 17th, Forest in 19th, Bournemouth in 13th, Palace in 15th, and Leeds in 9th. Will we see anything from those 4 games? I very much doubt it. What's playing to Castagna now? I've absolutely no bloody idea, mate. I really, really haven't. And that's the recent form. And that is scary if you look at this too much. I'm not going to lie. Brighton, they're sat in 4th. They've got a good manager. And I didn't rate him last year, but he's doing all right at the moment. And if you want to know how bad we are, there's the recent form guide. And it doesn't even include Stockport, a team that at the time was 6 places off the bottom of the 4th tier of English football. And if they do end up in the bottom place, they will actually be thrown out of the Football League. And we couldn't beat them. We needed penalties. Penalties. Well, yeah, we were thanking Bournemouth for beating Forest. I do, and I live just outside Bournemouth, mate, so I don't mind. This is when we score goals, Josh. So we've got to wait till the second half, really, which is when we seem to get it most. So we're going to bugger off for 45 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to go and mow the lawn, mate. I'll be back for the second half.
Leicester City, ball possession 55, attacks 5-5-5, offside 6, on target 16 shots, off 40 shots, and 21 corners. An average team rating of 6.61. Not a lot different, in fairness to Brighton. 49% possession, but then passing it between goalkeeper and Johnny Evans all the time does not really count. Attacks 519, offside 7, on target shots 18, off target 41, 21 corners 6.64. So there's not a huge difference there, and that's the head-to-head, which I think we're going to see something different today. MH says, I bet Potter is upset that you didn't rate him. I don't think he'll be losing any sleep over it, mate, to be honest with you. I didn't. And he proved me wrong last season, and I've come out and said that. I didn't rate him at the start. They are about to kick off. So I'll let Josh get a word in as soon as we come back from this. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Press that subscribe button if you are new. And if you are subscribed, please will you click that like button, smash it. It does help with the old algorithmics. Here we go. This is...
Till I Die Watch Along show. Join in the chat and don't forget to subscribe.
Please don't. Lewis saying, what is the score predictions? What's yours, mate? I've gone for 2-0 to Leicester with my heart. I want to tell you what my head says.
I'm going to go, I'll go 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of
that's me hoping as well.
It's sad, isn't it, when you get to that sort of point?
Yeah, it is. I mean, the only saving grace for me today, I watched my daughter had her first game of the season, and well done to Ashford B girls football team, by the way. They won 4-2, and they played absolutely brilliant football.
Get them signed up. They're available.
You know what? It was nice to actually watch some football where the girls, I mean, the players, they're all committed, but from both teams played some really good football, good passing. and they play as a team, and then I've just got to come back and endure this for the next couple of hours.
Yeah. Well, Leicester are in their change strip, as we like to call it, the policeman strip.
Oh, go on then. Lovely. Yes, go on! Yes! What a start!
Wow.
Sorry if I've ruined it.
You're ahead of me. You're ahead of me, mate.
Yeah. I mean, Yuri's done brilliant to win the ball back. I mean, it looked like the ref might have blew up for a foul, but no, he's shrugged him off him well. Lovely ball to Barnes. Cracking play to Daka. Pulls it across, and then Iheanacho
push him a little bit.
Brilliant. Really well worked goal, that, mate.
Trying to look who scored. Oh, Iheanacho. Iheanacho scored a goal. We know what that will mean. It'll be dropped for the next game, but we've scored.
It's Daka's that set him. It's Daka that set him up as well.
Yeah, well, like I say, you know that they won't. He won't stick with it. I mean, it was a simple tap-in. It was Leicester-esque defending, wasn't it?
Mate. I mean, yeah, Brighton could have done better defensively, but I think, you know what? I mean, we've not called Yuri, but so far this season he's not looked interested at all. But
I'm going to be honest with you, I mean, I hope he just signs an extension so we can get some money, to be honest with you. I don't think he will, but I wish he would. But to be honest, I think he's been totally the opposite to the little French git that we used to have. You know, he has played what he can, but he's just been off form for a few games. And that was why I wanted him dropped, because he's been off form. I nearly said his name then. If the little French git hadn't gone on strike and sat in the stands and didn't have to, cheer when Leicester scored, I would have been playing him as well, because he's a good defender.
That's the thing, mate. I mean, I agree with you totally. I mean, at the end of the day, as much as, like you say, Yuri has been off form, but he's been sort of as professional as he can about it. He's not spat his dummy out. He's played when he's been selected. He's not said, my head's not in it. But I mean, just the determination from him there to win the ball and get us on the front foot. And we didn't piss about with it, trying to pass it around the box. It was just quickly into Barnes, into Daka, cut across. I mean, where the ball's reached Iheanacho, I suppose you could say we got a bit lucky, because maybe the defence could have done a bit better, but it's just the start.
Let me ask my friend that sat here what he thinks of the game so far.
I don't believe it.
No, I've got my clapper out. Turn your eyes away, girls. It's a free kick to Brighton here, and a yellow card after 3 minutes. And I'm not sure who's got the yellow card, but
Thomas.
Well, that's great, isn't it? I'm on 3:35, mate.
I'm on 4:15.
Bloody hell! What are you watching it on?
Mate, I'm not. It's not. I mean, I've been given the luxury of being able to sit in the living room today, so I'm not actually streaming it. I'm watching it live. So.
That explains
but
it.
You know what? At least, I mean, I always think, when so far this season, when we've got 1-0 up, don't mess about with it there. We're going to sit back and defend, but I suppose at least the goal after a minute and a half or whatever it was, we surely we're going to sit back and defend for the next 89 minutes. You'd like to think, anyway.
This is Brendan we're talking about, a Brendan Rodgers team here. Do you want to rethink that last statement?
Maybe I should.
I mean, okay, let's say we win this, and it's obviously a fantastic start, but we do know it's Leicester. They are messing about with it a little bit there. I face it, some refs would have blown for that Tielemans challenge.
You know what?
Does he stay if we win? Or, I mean, he will stay, because I don't believe he'll go even if we lose, to be honest with you. But
nah, he won't. Oh, God. Jesus. Yeah, like you say, mate, even if we lose, he's still going to be here. But just going back to the Tielemans, I mean, I'm surprised the way VAR's behaved this weekend and some of the goals that have been disallowed, and it's been an absolute disgrace. So I'm surprised VAR didn't try and get involved with that. I mean, it was never a foul in a million years, but West Ham's equaliser against Chelsea to make it 2-2, that weren't a foul yesterday. So you don't know what's going to happen anymore. It's kind of hard to, you don't know whether to celebrate a goal nowadays or not.
You don't, no. And that was totally summed up. And I have to say congratulations to England Lionesses qualifying for the World Cup with a game to go. And sorry to Brad, because North Macedonia women look like they're definitely not going to be going. So, I mean, you know, when we scored that winning goal, you know, she turned round not knowing whether to celebrate or not. I mean, it pisses me off so much, VAR, because we used to spend so much time talking about the refs, and now we're spending so much time talking about VAR.
At the end of and I've said it so many times, mate, at the end of the day, I mean, you still get some offside decisions given against you or for you that are questionable, but really VAR is only good for goals that are potentially offside. Fouls and handballs are still going to be a total matter of opinion regardless. Oh my God. Oh, well done. Didn't touch that. I'd have been offside.
Can I just say, can we stop the game? I'm going to do my Donald Trump now. Can we stop the game now? Because we are fourth from bottom. 17th. Stop the count now.
But yeah, with VAR, mate, it's like you say, for offsides, I think it works pretty well, but I think they still need to change the margins. I think you need to give the striker more benefit of the doubt. But again, with fouls and balls, it's just a matter of opinion still. So it's not a definitive yes or no, is it really?
No, not at all.
Come on,
you can't underestimate. Just look at comments off the BBC. You can't underestimate just how important that goal could be for Leicester. They arrived here low on confidence to face a daunting opponent. They needed a lift and a platform. Now they have it. On the plus side for Brighton, they don't need to panic. They have pretty much the whole game to find a way back in, which is true. It's a corner for Leicester. The ball wasn't quite there, James. Come on, put that back in the triangle. Will he get it past the first man? You will already know, of course. Or it's got it past every man. Throw into, not a throw in. Is it throwing to Leicester? No. 8 minutes gone, 1-0 up.
Mate, I mean, we've been suckered into this twice so far this season with, the Brentford game, the Southampton game.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Just as you said that.
The softie. I mean, what Danny Ward's doing. Fucking hell, man. But it blows my mind, mate.
Oh no.
Hopeful ball.
Oh no. Oh no.
How did that go in?
Luke Thomas' own goal, I think, mate. Fuck's honest to God.
I'm just waiting to watch the replay here. So Brighton have got it going down the right wing. Cross it over, goes all the way over to somebody unmarked on the left, heads it, crosses it in, and the Brighton player gets there first. Does it come off a Leicester player? I mean, who was picking up the Brighton guy on the other side?
I think it came off Thomas. I mean, Justin's like he's
Thomas. And I can't blame Thomas for that.
No, not at all, mate. Justin's, you could say he's out of position, but again, whether he's being asked to tuck inside and help the centre backs, but it's quite a few times that's happened this season where we've been completely caught out with, like you say, somebody finding players opposite side of the box, Justin or whoever's playing left backs out of position, and it gives them a chance to cut inside. But it's just a fucking soft goal, mate. Again,
Yeah,
But,
I mean, Jeff comes in saying, "Is anything happening?" Yeah, he missed 2 goals, mate. I'll teach you to be late. We couldn't get excited at 1-0 up, could we? I mean, it is off Thomas. I don't blame Thomas for that at all. At least you want Chelsea have spent 150 minutes on defence and concede after 2. 150 on defence players and concede 2. Warding got, I don't know, was that, I told you, hold any blame out to Ward?
I think his starting position weren't great.
But if there had been a player that was marking the attacker coming down the left wing from Brighton,
I guess so. Yeah, he'd have been in a better position, wouldn't he? I suppose.
Again, we've got to say, they're just looking at it now. I mean, there was nobody. He had the freedom of the park. It was a lucky goal because it went in off the player. It could have easily just gone in and gone round the post.
We're just so fucking. I mean, we're so vulnerable when we go a goal up. That's not a foul.
Madison says here that little ray of sunshine didn't last long. It fucking didn't.
Is this MH an actual Leicester fan?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. There's a booking for somebody else. Is it a Leicester player? No, it's McAllister from Brighton's been booked.
When you see
my
the
2-0 gone out the bloody window, isn't it?
Yeah. When you see the replay, though, Madison sort of not kicked out him on purpose, but he's brought the foul. I don't even think that was a foul, to be honest.
Cheers, Harry. Thank you very much, mate. Been watching since 200 subs. Wow. He's never going to get to that, is he? No, it went out. I only just subscribed. Thank you very much for doing so, mate. It really means a lot. Big up, Chris. If Leicester lose this game, Anthony Wood, Brendan's last game. Well, I mean, I've said so. I mean, I started out the whole show with this, so I think you can definitely say I am thinking that way. If it stays at 1-1 and if we're not winning, I will replay my interview on Talksport this morning, which sort of puts over how I feel. But you just knew it wasn't going to last, didn't you?
Yeah. Weren't confident in the slightest, mate.
No. I mean, and that's sad, but it is fact, So, for 17th for a minute, we're out the bottom 3. We're still out of the bottom 3 because... No, they're not updated. They're not updated yet, the BBC.
We're still out of the bottom 3 because the table's not been updated.
Exactly, yes. I should have left it, shouldn't I? We are now bottom again with 2 points. And the problem is, I think, with Danny Ward, is he's always going to be compared, which Michael doesn't.
2-1. Fucking 2-1.
Not to Brighton.
Yeah. Madison gave the ball away. Players backing off. The finish is a great finish, but he's got all the time in the world to pick his spot. Maddis got to do better there. He's tried the sort of reverse pass to Tielemans. The Brighton player running at us, I think is it Welbeck? I don't know. He's got all the time in the world. Was it Welbeck? No, I don't think it was.
No, it wasn't.
At least close the angle down. Come on. Wepu. Look how much time he's got to fucking run at us there. Jesus.
Whoever it was behind him gave up.
I mean, you know,
It
Madison's.
was Tillemans. Tillemans didn't exactly break a gut to try and close him down.
He didn't, but I mean, it's such a fucking stupid. It's a stupid attempt at a pass. I mean, I'm not going to slag Madison off because he's been one of our best players for a long time, but.
No, but when he lost the ball almost on the halfway line, we should have been able to get it back before then.
And that's what I was going to say. It just the attempt to. I cannot believe how much the defence has backed off there.
Oh,
and
no.
Like you say, mate, from 2 minutes, 1-0 up, 15 minutes gone, and we're 2-1 down. No wonder people are taking the piss out of us and laughing at us.
Yeah, Mike says it there. Hate to say it, but you are genuinely a mess. Score and lose concentration, concede straight again. He needs to keep them mentally there. He's got no fucking clue, Mike. I mean, he's a worse fucking driver than Ollie.
Yeah, I'll be honest though. I mean,
Harry,
it's not like I don't think you can. I don't think you can genuinely blame this on Brendan so far because both the goals. I mean, the first one.
Yes, he can, because indeed he wasn't in midfield to cut it out, which maybe he should have been, because you won't play a fucking defender that might be leaving and signing for another team, but isn't going on strike.
Which is fair enough. But then Samari should be there. Do you know what I mean?
Well, no, Samari hasn't. He's turned around and said he wants to stay. Pratt has turned around. He wants to stay. Where the fuck's Pratt? Brendan only likes those players that bend over for him and drop the shorts, to put it bluntly. And if you don't do that, you're not in the team. No, but I'm genuinely thinking that's what is happening. Because he's so fucking awful at picking the teams. I mean,
come on then, forward, dog shit. Poor again there from Madison. Give the ball away now. He's just give the foul away. Tried the little delicate touch. Brighton were in again. Come on, boys. Fucking hell. Dangerous area, this is, to be honest. It's just, what's disappointing is, mate, it's just 2 goals gave away. You know what I mean? And they are really soft goals. The second goal's really fucking pissed me off because we give the ball away. Defence dropped off. I mean, you could sort of... Johnny Evans is, suppose he's caught in 2 minds because he can either go to the ball or sort of try and cover the player on the overlap, but obviously he can't do both.
No. I mean... David, I do see why people are saying this, but a goalkeeper is only as good as the 4, 3, 5, whatever thing you're playing are in front of them. And thankfully he missed his free kick. But and the defence has been shit. Indeed he's best at breaking up. All right, he hasn't got such a good forward, but he's playing defenders. Fucking hell, we've got Vestergaard who's a centre back. For Jesus, for God's sake. Why not put him in? He's a centre back. Indeed, he isn't. I mean, yes, he can play that role as an emergency. But what do you call an emergency when you've got central defenders on the pitch? Oh, sorry, on the bench.
I mean, it's strange that Vestergaard don't even sort of get picked to come off the bench or even make the bench, to be honest, because Rodgers signing. So it's
exactly.
It's sort of
that tell
set
you?
Up, really.
That should tell you everything you need to know. We've got Castagna on the bench. Amati. I don't know, fucking Amati. At least he is a defender.
Come on, this is fucking soft now. We can't handle the press at all, mate. We really can't handle the press. Brendan's got his notepad out again.
I tell you what, I'd really like to shove that notepad somewhere.
You want the truth? You want the truth? You can't handle the truth!
And the truth
Here we
is,
go.
we are shit.
3-1. Oh, good block. Well up, Evans. Oh, clash of heads there. It's a nasty one. They're killing us down the flanks, mate. Just getting down the wings, targeting Luke Thomas's side. Him and Barnes are getting done every single time.
Shamble says Highfield. We are so bad, says Chester. That will break us now. Not looking good at the moment. To be fair, Casido is valued at around 80 million. Not so long ago, Tielemans was. Chester, we are relegation scrap this early. Shocking. Mike Green, I feel for the fans, man, going to Brighton to watch a clueless bunch of players and a clueless manager. But one is only clueless because of the other. Soon was on the plane to Turkey. That's a feat. I haven't seen anything said about that at all, Mike. Let me just check the Athletic, because I actually trust the Athletic more than I trust Fabio. Because Fabio's been a bit of a wanker this year. No, nothing about it at all.
The only positive so far is we've still got time to come back into it. But after being 1-0 up inside 2 minutes, I didn't think I'd be saying that after 20 minutes.
No. They're showing Faith in the FASC, the defender, in the crowd. He must be sat there thinking, what the fuck have I signed into here? Bad recruitment, says Orantha. Yeah, and it didn't help that your stupid arse club pissed about trying to buy a little Frenchman and turning his head, and when you know how much we want, you were messing about. Oh, we'll give you 40 if you like. Will you accept that? No, let me give you 50 then. I think Chelsea, thank God they're having a bad start. I really hope Chelsea implode this season. I really do. They've been absolutely awful as a professional football club. They've not been professional at all. Geordie, what's 15 minutes? I tell you what, mate, Geordie, I wish I could go out 15 minutes with you. MH, at least the travelling fans have the pier and the beach. Not the best beach, it's stoned, but it is a nudie one, maybe. Maybe that's why they like coming down here. No, we didn't have the money though, Glenville, did we? Pope, yeah, Henderson on loan possibly. Pope we couldn't have afforded because otherwise we'd have, I think we could have kept Schmeichel, to be honest with you. No, you're not dreaming. We are losing. I'm a City fan, and you guys, when the FA Cup, Rodgers' name was mentioned. I know. This is it. He's made us worse. He is constantly out-tacticked. If you looked at who beat us last season and this season, he's been out-tacticked by a guy that's lost 9-0 twice, and once of those being to us. He's been out-tacted by Graham Potter a few times. He's been out-tacted by Steven Gerrard, who used to be his captain. He's been. Ralph sat there at 1-0 down, thinking, "I know how I can still win this. We can still win this," and he made the tactical changes.
I mean, as I say, mate, the only saving grace at the minute is we've still got well over an hour to play, but
I don't know that one, Jeff. He said, I thought Josh was the Jonah, but it's clearly me. I think next week we might have to give Josh a weekend off and see if we can actually win.
Yeah, honestly.
Mate, it could be me. Hey, it could be me.
Could be. I doubt it, but
I don't know. My first ever watch along was the Forest FA Cup game. Mike said, never Danny Ward's fault. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm not blaming Danny Ward, and I'm not even Welsh. What about 215? That Emma, it's not got a sting. It's It wouldn't have made any difference if Schmeichel was in goal. No, you're right. He didn't make much difference to us last season, did he? Are you two Rodgers in or out?
Out.
I'm amazed that you've even got to ask. Wonderlust is in.
No foul, no foul. Losing control of the game here, mate. I mean, nothing's sticking. It's just hitting long, hopeful balls. Can't deal with their press at all at the back. We're trying to knock the ball around at the back, and it's just causing absolute fucking mayhem.
Welcome along, Leeds fan, Yanya. Yeah, you enjoy it. We enjoyed you last season. I actually like Leeds fans, to be honest with you. I think they're a pretty decent bunch. They're not like Arsenal fans. They're not. They're actually glad to be back in the Premier League. It's not like, we're back where we belong. So I actually do like Leeds fans. His visa problems, Anthony, wouldn't you believe it? Yeah, I mean, that was said to me, should Brendan be coming out at this stage and saying 40 points? I think Brendan should. The thing is, we are at Brighton. Do you think there's any way Brendan can take a long walk off the pier at Brighton? In fact, it's not even a pier, is it? Let's be honest. It's all burnt down. He'd have to swim to get there.
No foul. No foul. Not there knocking the ball about so easy here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got 5 substitutions. Why aren't you making one now? Yeah, I tell you what, if he comes out with not made any substitutions at half time,
but he won't know.
No, and this is why he should go, because he is so fucking stubborn. He couldn't manage a piss up in a brewery. He really couldn't.
Thomas is getting absolutely murdered down this side.
He was against Man United, and he does sweet FA. A decent manager would have literally said, "Look, I've noticed that. Right, let's get Castagna on the right and move James Justin over."
Yeah. Oh my God, Ward! Holy shit! Oh my God, that was so close. Ward and Ndidi going mad at each other. That should have been. These should have been 3-1, mate. Indeed, he's passed it back. I don't know what Ward is going off at Ndidi here for. He's got so much time, Ward has. Why is he having a go at him, the fucking idiot? It's Ward's bad touch. Jesus Christ.
Hits the top of the net.
I don't know what Ward's having a go at him for, though, because it weren't like it was a bad pass back to him. His touch was awful. Gives the ball away to Welbeck. Bodes well, doesn't it, mate, when you see your players having a go at each other like that?
Yeah. Yeah, we do, mate. Name me a football team that doesn't make a loss. I get what you mean, though, but it was expected, and it is manageable with the way things are going. Harry, the owner, he's doing what he's got. His company is completely been smashed by COVID. He's in the travel business. He's not a rich oil peeing owner, so he can't, carry on making money. He's got to do what it is. And you ask anybody, do they prefer Top or Brendan? And Brendan, I doubt, would even get one vote. If Brighton get 1 or 2 more before half time, it would be very difficult to come back. We won't be able to come back.
Come on. In again. Good save, Ward. Is he offside? Yeah, Lino's got his flag up.
I mean, but he's seeing this, and this did not work against Brighton. Against Man United. Although Brendan will put it down and say, yeah, we only conceded 1. But I mean, did not work against Brighton. So why is it working now?
Just all over the place, mate.
Probably am
midfield's
outside
all
of
over the
Leeds,
place.
Mike. We are totally, mate.
Midfield's all over the place. No structure in there, really. They're absolutely battering us in the middle. And that's where games are won and lost, didn't they? Really, your midfield.
Yeah.
Come on, then. Lovely play. See, this is where somebody's got to back him up. Look, fucking hell. No pressure on them at the back here at all. Soon as look, he's turned so easy there. Fucking come on. Soon as we've got the ball at the back, they're onto us straight away. He had about fucking 2 or 3 players around him, and not one of them has bothered to even press him at all. Fucking spineless, mate.
Did Inacho lose the ball just before that, though?
But then you look, they recover the ball. Well, if we were in that position, they'd have about 2 or 3 players around that one player wanting the ball back. He spins out and manages to spread like a 25-yard pass across his own half, and they keep the ball. We don't do, you know what I mean? We've not got that composure at all.
Clutch up, I don't know. Surely there'll be some Brighton fans somewhere. Surely you're big enough to have a few fans that do YouTube channels, aren't you? Somebody said we're a small club. Maybe, you know.
One Daka! Yes! Go on! Yes! Get him! Good finish. Long open full ball up to him from Ure. Maybe the defender could have done better, but he's finished it really well there.
I'm not there yet.
Barnes intercept. Is he on? Yeah, he's well onside. Yeah, brilliant. Well done. Fucking what a finish. Go on. Barnes intercepts the crossfield ball. Thomas into Ure inside his own half. Lovely ball over the top. To be fair, you know, it's weighted really well. I probably gave the defender a bit too much stick for that. I thought he should have done better, but the weight of it's fantastic.
Can't say the play deserved it, but so you got. Hang on. So here, just say this: like we've got 2 defenders on the pitch, Brendan. One of them scored. The second one scored. What's the betting against Villa? He goes back to Vardy up front.
Oh, this is it, mate. I mean, even regardless, if you play Vardy, put him up front with somebody. He's not. I mean, we all know he's got the energy and stuff, but he's not got it in him to last a full game up front on his own.
No.
You know, and like you say, you start 2 attackers. And look what's happened. We've scored 2. We've scored 2 inside the first half, which we haven't done all season.
No, exactly. Paul says, sorry late for the chat, was sat my head in the oven. But I've got to be honest with you, mate. I tried that yesterday, but I've got an electric oven, so it didn't work. But I got a very nice tan that way.
Not there. Do not fuck about with it now.
Hero of Kavac, hope your watch along is good. Going to ditch normal dodgy streams for it. Thank you very much. Well, be good if it's good if you win. Do you think your owner will actually sack him? We live in hope.
Samari, no, don't give away the ball there.
Entertainment.
Stand him up. Well done, Johnny Evans.
Luca's in. How are you doing, Luca? You going to beat Man United? I've got you down for a win later on, so don't let us go. Don't let us out. We'll take Arteta off you, mate.
It'll be interesting to see if, it'd be interesting to know if Top had a word with Brendan about his comments after the United game, because it was quite disparaging, really, weren't it?
It was. And he's kind of come out with I said this because. So I do wonder if he's had a speaking to, and he should have had a speaking to.
I mean, even after the United, and he's talking about that's a bad foul there. He's talking about the boos at the end of the game, and he's saying, I can understand the fans' frustrations at not signing players, and it's fuck all to do with not signing players. It's
No.
The players we've got are performing really bad under your watch. That's what the boos are for.
Yeah.
I can't name one fan that would boo us or be frustrated if we'll play. Like I say, we're playing well with the same players. Nobody would be bothered if we hadn't signed anybody. If we were playing good football and we were performing better than we are.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I actually said on Talksport this morning that if he's such a good coach as everybody says he is, he should be able to coach these players. That wasn't a free kick.
Hold on, Thomas. Mate, I mean, we've spoke about Luke Thomas on here many times. I really like the lad, but I think it's getting to the point now. I mean, he's done well there to win the ball, good sliding challenge, but this game they've just targeted his side every single time, and their wingers are getting the better of him. I think he probably needs a loan out somewhere, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, well, we're letting Soyuncu go by the look of it. So, Harry said, Facebook user says Ward needs to go. Harry says Rodgers basically said in his press conference with his own players and signings we would win. Yeah, right. Ryan Bertrand and Yannick Vestergaard, of course we would. We got 56 in the chat. We've got 23 likes, guys. Please, please, please smash those likes buttons. It really does help.
What changes would you make at half time, Chris? I'd bring Thomas off for Castagna.
Tell you what I would do. I'd change the fucking manager if I could at half time. Is that an option? Okay, what would I make? What was there? Yeah, Thomas has got to come off. He should have come off before that. Thomas has got to come off and move Justin over and put Castagna on the right. I take Tielemans and Soumare off and put Pratt and Dewsbury Hall on, if I'm honest with you.
Go for it.
Yeah, well, if we're going to lose, we're going to lose, don't we? So we might as well go down fighting.
I don't know if I take Soumare off. I keep him on because again, he's not had an amazing game, but he's just doing enough. I know, obviously, you want more, but
I just think that offers Pratt and Dewsbury Hall as an attacking force offer us more than Soumare and Tielemans does.
But I understand what you're saying. I think.
And the thing with Rodgers is as well, and again, this is what I said on Talksport this morning, is he blames everybody but himself. It'd be interesting. Yeah. I would love to know if any of the Leicester players or even Brendan himself was listening to me on Talksport. Obviously, I very much doubt it. But, shit.
Oof. I mean, I know for Brighton's first, I'll probably it might have been a bit harsh on Danny Ward. Again, I thought his starting position could have been better, but I would like to see Everson or Iverson, however you say his name. I'd like to see him get a start, just to see what he's like in the Prem.
He played the friendly before, and he was very not friendly, pre-season game, and he was he made a big bloomer. I've got to be honest with you, but like I say, he's only had the one game. It was against Stockport. They only had 4 shots due to the defence. A defence that included Soyuncu, I might add, and Vestergaard. Yeah. And Brendan wants to make his own signings, and yet we've got 2 of his signings aren't even in the squad today. Harry, I was chatting to Barry Glendenning and Max Rushton on the Sunday warm-up show. They're a brilliant couple. Got to be honest with you, they really do a good show. Don't know whether they'll have me back on or not, because that's the most down I've been. I'll stop passing it about at the back. That's the most down I've been about Leicester since I've been on their show. I'll play it at half time, I think, Josh, and let me know what you think of it.
Mm-hmm. We just don't see the ball's just not sticking in midfield at all. I don't really get it.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe we do. That's where we need to make the changes. Thomas definitely.
Come on, man! Come on, man! Go on! Oh, what a save! Barnes. Oh, we got a bit lucky with that, to be honest. But I say what a save. He's hit it straight at him. But you'd have fancied Barnes to maybe score from there. Come on, then. Just a bit more fucking urgency around the box.
Yeah, Harry, I played it at the start, but I will be playing it back. They have sent me the recording, so I will be playing it back at half time. Oh, yes. Barnes could have. Well, it came at him very quickly. I don't think he was necessarily expecting it that way. So,
it did. Daka does well to win the ball back there, though. I mean, Maddison gets. I mean, it falls lucky to Barnes there, to be honest. But yeah, it does. It does come at him really quick.
Referee, I'm sure, was pointing for a foul, and everybody just ignored him.
Shit! They're on the break. They've caught us out here. Well done, indeed. Well done. Well done. Oh, wait then, Thomas. We're inviting them onto us there.
Matty, nobody came in with an offer for Tielemans. We can't sell somebody when we not make an offer. Arsenal, as always, blowing smoke out their arse. Rumours we want him. They never came in with an offer. Newcastle never gives. Your guys never came in with an offer. Nobody came in with. That was goodbye indeed. Nobody came in and put an offer in for him.
It's a bit of a strange one.
The funny thing is, he will be free next season, but in January, I bet you he signs. Unless he doesn't sign a contract with us, he'll sign. You can sign free, can't you, from January when you're in your last year? And I bet he'll sign for a bigger club than Arsenal and a bigger club than Newcastle, or even Liverpool to sign him, because I reckon you could have a Barcelona or a Real Madrid or a Bayern after him if he's on a free.
Madison. Okay. Yeah, it's a bit of a strange one, Yuri, because I think he were the player that we were all expecting to definitely leave, and then I think we all thought we'd get another season out of Fofana, but then it completely flipped. So,
well, I just really do. I've never wished this on a player before, but who have they got next? Chelsea. Let me just have a look. Who have they got? They've got Fulham next. Fulham, please, if you are any sort of decency amongst you, please go and break Fofana's leg. Either leg. I'm not going to be choosy. You can choose which leg you want, but just please go and break his leg.
See, I won't go that far. I'm not that harsh.
I am. I can't stand the little cock. In fact, cock's useful more than him.
He started for them yesterday, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly, Harry. You can only sign in January for a foreign club. And if he goes to, as Mike said, possibly Juventus, who would I sooner play for? I'd sooner be abroad playing.
Oh, Jesus. Just wide there from Brighton. Again, overload on the right-hand side. Good ball in. See, he shouldn't be getting the ball there, though. Somebody's got to be clearing that. Fucking hell, he comes in between Evans and Thomas there.
Do you think anybody's actually ever told Brendan that he can actually make substitutions in the first half?
mate, again, I mean, Thomas has got to come off. He's... Come on, then. Yeah, Castagna's got to come on. Whether Brendan's fell out of him or not, sometimes you just have to swallow your knob and do what's best for the team, don't you? I want to start, and it sounds like I'm slagging Thomas off because I'm not at all. But
no, he's not confident. He's a young guy. He played well last season for us when he came on. He never really let us down. He scored a good goal. Let's face it, he was confident enough to shout at Vardy to leave the ball.
Oh my God! No foul! No foul! Too easy there. Too easy. Stand him up. Yeah, we're getting beat down this left side every single time.
I'll take a bet with you, Josh.
Yeah.
That Thomas starts the second half.
It's odds on he'll start the second half.
Harry, Brendan hasn't got any balls. Serena Vegman, who's the England manager, has got more balls than Brendan Rodgers has. Why is he still being nice to him when he's not playing for us? I don't get it. Come on, stop pissing about at the back. So, I don't know why he's still trying to be nice to him.
Yeah. Thomas has got to come off just to sort of make us a bit more solid at the back, especially down this side.
Let's get Dewsbury Hall on. But I tell you what, he will bring off. It's half time, I think, is it? No, not quite. He will bring off Soumare and leave Tielemans on because Tielemans is licking his arse. It can be. It's the only thing I can explain.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like the formation. I'm not entirely sure. I think are we? It sounds ridiculous because it's nearly half time. But are we playing a 4-4-2? Is that what we're doing?
You tell me, mate. You tell me because I've no fucking idea with Brendan what the hell he does.
It's just really weird. Like I can't really sort of seem to fucking make out who's playing where. It looks 4-4-2 because Nacho.
I don't think the players know where they're supposed to be playing. To be honest with you.
I mean, Daka and Nacho look like they're playing very similar, the same sort of line together. So
the BBC, I'm just looking here. The BBC have got it as a 4-1-4-1, basically.
No, definitely not. If Daka or Nacho are playing on either wing or playing in behind each other, they're playing too level for it to be a 4-1-4-1. I don't think that's the case at all. It looks like a 4-4-2 to me.
Well, it is half time. Harry Clark here said he was a father figure for Fofana. If he was a father figure, why didn't he drown him at birth and do us all a favour? Rico, good evening. Thanks for popping in. A first for FA Cup goalkeeper sent off for urinating in the bush. Was he taking the piss or is that a serious taking the piss? Come on, keep up.
Oh, I read that. Yeah, I did read that.
I'm working. I'm trying my hardest here. Well, before we go for a break, let's do this now, and we can bring on me. Let me just find it, and here we go. I'll put a picture up. Alexa, turn off. Why is my Alexa working? Right, I don't know. Come out in sympathy. Let me put this up. It's about 7 minutes long, and just see what you think of this, guys. This was me with Max and Barry on the Sunday warm-up this morning on Talksport 1.
Or Leicester City with a friend of the show, editor of Leicester Till I Die, Chris Forey. And Chris, thanks for coming on. I was going to say, how are you? But in a footballing sense, how are you, Chris?
Note to self: put on happy voice for radio.
yeah, absolutely. You don't have to. You can be honest with us.
John, It's a bad season. I mean, it's been. This is how sad we as fans are. 2,704 days since we were last at the foot of the Premier League. It's getting worse season in season. It's not. You look at some managers and you look at the sort of like Ralph's and whatever, and let's say Graham Potter at Brighton. He's improving the team season on season. At the moment we are getting worse season on season.
And Brendan Rodgers has made comments suggesting the target for the season is to get 40 points. That seems quite a remarkable thing to say this early in the campaign. Do you think he's trying to talk himself out of a job?
100%. And I wish... The problem is he doesn't want to resign because he won't get a payoff. But he's a manager that wants to buy players all the time, and he feels he can only improve things by getting players in. But surely, if he is this fantastic coach that everybody says he is, then he should be able to get better out of the players he's got. This is the team, and this is the squad virtually, that won the FA Cup, that won the Community Shield, that got us into Europe twice. Why the hell are we bottom of the league? What's he doing?
Yeah, it's interesting. A lot of people who don't watch Leicester week in, week out, and I think I've probably been guilty of this, have said, look, you've got to feel sorry for Brendan Rodgers because his arms are tied behind his back. He doesn't have money to spend. He hasn't the only club in the world not to buy anyone in this window. But people who watch Leicester week in, week out, and judging from what you're saying, a very positive person generally, Chris, the feeling amongst Leicester fans is actually slightly different.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, we bought a third choice goalkeeper on a freebie, and
they all count.
And we did get a face in on to replace he who must not be mentioned on deadline day as a central defender. I just think he's making excuses all the time. He's coming out and saying the players were tired against Brentford, and he made one substitution out of 5. Brendan is very good at blaming everything except Brendan. And he's got to be careful in what he says because it's going to come back and bite him on the proverbial. He said, again, I forget who it was again, it's like, we've got a very inexperienced team. And yet we went and lost to Southampton, who were fielding the youngest team in the Premier League since 2017. So what he's saying isn't being backed up. And the way he's blaming those above, and I get why we've got no money. I get why we've got to watch what we spend. The FFP is, keeping an eye on us. UEFA said we're ourselves, West Ham, Man City, Chelsea said we're all going to be sort of watched closer now. So I get the fact that we're not spending, and I don't want to go and spend for the sake of spending like Barcelona and end up with a load of players, because we're only allowed to register 25. And I certainly don't want to do what Leeds did a few years ago and just spend and gamble on us getting into Europe. Because if we don't, we saw what happened to Leeds. So I get that. But Brendan, you're supposed to... I think it was Robbie Savage before the game the other night against Man United. He said, this team, if it wasn't for Brendan Rodgers, I think would get relegated. But with Brendan Rodgers, they won't. Well, I'm sorry, Robbie. The way things are looking at the moment, we will get relegated with Brendan Rodgers.
That seems really unlikely. I mean, to not get relegated, you only have to be better than 3 other teams, and there are some pretty bad teams in the Premier League.
You say, I mean, I'm looking here. If I look at the upcoming games that we've got, the next 6 games for me are pivotal. They will determine what's going to happen for me, because we've got Villa coming up who are 17th. We've got Tottenham coming up, and that's a gimme. We're not going to get anything. For anything we get from that will be a bonus. Even if we weren't having a bad season, we cannot beat Tottenham at Spurs. We've then got Forest, who are 19th. We've then got Bournemouth, who are 13th. Palace, who are 15th. Leeds, who are 9th. If we don't get, at least 4 wins out of that, then we don't deserve to be in the Premier League.
Well, I'm going to say to you, Chris, I reckon, right, if Brighton beat you today and you play Aston Villa next, if there's a winner of that game, I think the losing manager will be gone.
If we lose, I mean, I tried to defend Brendan last season. I was all for, yes, we've had all the injuries, give him a chance when he's got the players back. And towards the end of the season, we had the players back and we won a few. But if we lose to Brighton today, I don't want him there in against Villa. I really,
Chris,
really don't. And I've been his biggest supporter, since he joined.
You didn't keep your happy voice on for long, Chris. I'll be honest.
You're asking the wrong questions.
Thing is, mate. Thing is, right. You know what you have to do, and I think you've got enough perspective. It's going badly at the moment. It is 2,700 however many days since you were bottom of the league. You'd probably, if I'd said that on the day, you've got 2,700 days off. You'd probably gone, all right, I'll take that. Anyway, look, thanks so much for coming on. Hope you get a result for your sake, Chris. And hope you're happier next time we chat to you.
Can I just say one last thing, sorry? We sacked Ranieri, who had won us the Premier League when we were sat in 17th.
Yeah.
I will leave you with that thought. Guys, thanks for having me on.
Hey, pleasure. Cheers, Chris. Chris for in there.
There, that was me on Talksport. Not feeling 100% positive. These are the next 6 games. Forget Tottenham. We're not going to get anything from Tottenham, like I said. Villa, Forest, Bournemouth, Palace, Leeds. With the players that we've got that have been playing for us, they should be winnable. I can't see us. I don't know how many points we're going to get from it. I think Josh has gone off for a bit of a break, as we say. But let's add my co-host from the post-match shows in. Are you there, Brad? I don't think Brad's there either.
No, I am. Sorry, I had myself on mute because I was doing things. That's why I'm just not on camera for this because it's coming on for this.
It's hard. We don't want to see anybody playing with themselves, mate.
No, but I mean,
having said that, we've just been watching a manager that sits on the side of the pitch playing with himself because he can't fucking manage, can he?
Doesn't seem that way, does it? Because I know the score's 2-2, and it's amazing what 2 strikers on the pitch can do to a team, isn't it? In terms of
I did say that, yeah. Although we are playing 4-1-4-1, but
yeah, I think that looks like it's interchangeable. I think it depends on where we are in the progress of the pitch. Daka's coming inside. He's not sticking out on that wide, obviously, for his goal. His goal was brilliant. You could quote, it was Bardi-esque. Pushing the high line of the defence, ball over the top. He nicked it. Great finish. But I said it, and I still stand by it, even though it's 2-2. I think Brendan's lost the ability to motivate this side, and I think Brendan's burnt out with ideas to get the best out of this team, and I think he no longer tries to install the squad with confidence in themselves. He just tries to look for a way to blame or scapegoat 1 or 2 players for the bad form and the unrest.
Yeah, I said, welcome back, Josh. I said, I don't know if you heard much of the interview at all. On the radio that I played.
I did.
Yeah. I said there Brendan blames everybody but himself. That is true, isn't it?
It is. I think as a manager as well, you've got to be sort of more pragmatic. At the end of the day, it takes as much as I don't want Brendan to be here anymore, it takes bollocks for a manager to come out and say, I'm unhappy with how things have gone in the transfer window. But at the end of the day, you're employed by your employer. It's Top's decision. It's his club. He could do whatever he wants. He could set us up financially however he wants. Things have come out to light in the last few days where, as you say, UEFA are looking into certain teams. We're one of them, so we have got to be careful. If that's the case, then you think, right, Top's doing his best for the good of the club, so we don't get any sort of sanctions against us if we go out and spend silly money.
Yeah.
So you just get on with it and you make do with what you got. As we've said time and time again, Chris, we've got players here that should be performing a lot better than what they are, and players that can, when we play well and we're set up well, we can easily finish top 10. Easily. We've seen it for the last 2 or 3 seasons where, we missed out on Champions League twice, but even last season, in a poor season for us initially, when you look at the 2 seasons previous, finishing 8th was it weren't a poor season, but I think it was the way we played. Had we played exciting football and and we looked on it every game and we finished 8th, you'd probably sit back and think, you know what, that all in all, that weren't a bad season, to be honest. But I think it's just the way we play and we set up, and it looks like we sort of scraped 8th, which we did. But he comes out in his quotes, in his press conference, and in his interviews, and he sort of thinks, well, if I'm going to get sacked, I've got to sort of say stuff where the media will look at it and think, well, you know, Brendan's come out with this. Maybe he wasn't backed, or maybe he weren't supported, which is bollocks, really, because I think the evidence is there to all Leicester fans. I know we can see it, that he's been backed previous summers. He's brought in players. Some of them have worked, the majority haven't. So, yeah, he does cover his own arse to a certain extent, definitely.
Yeah. Brad, I mean, I don't know if you heard much of the report that I did. Was I out of order at all, do you think, with what I was saying?
I think you're pretty much spot on with most people's summary of being fed up with Brendan Rodgers, because if anything from last season, you know, especially how they kind of glossed over it and made it look better by putting that run together and getting 8th, and then, you know, looking at it from the outside in, it looks like Leicester didn't have that bad a season, all things considered. And I don't think you were wrong with anything you said about it. I don't know if I caught it all. I was just listening to it there while you guys were obviously having a break before half time. But yeah, it's why I agree with you as well, Chris. I think he's not lost the dressing room. It's not one of them occasions. I just think he's lost that ability to get them motivated to turn this around. And I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because I'm in that, like I said it yesterday, didn't I? I'm not in and out anymore. I just want what's best for the club. And I want the manager who's in charge of doing
fans, don't we? We all do as
fans.
It's, you know.
But I just don't see even a win today. You look at the results in the Premiership, the teams we've got to come up against. Leeds had that game where they won 3-0 against Chelsea. That looked like a far cry away from the way they've been recently, doesn't it? You know, Forest were 2-0 up against Bournemouth, blew it. Bournemouth had that first win or whatever that was for them. You know, Villa. And we're looking at them games already in fear, whereas I put a post up saying the 2020-21 season and the majority of the 21-22 season, Leicester going 1-0 up, you'd have feared for the worst as an opposition fan. You've been dreading a long game. Now you're thinking, yes, come on, 1-0 down, the fall apart because they're scared to hold on to a lead, and it's just something that's got to stop. Hopefully we can nick it, but I'm just still not confident, despite coming in at half-time 2-2, that we're going to do that.
Indeed. I will let you go because the players are coming out again. I will see you. Thanks for coming out. I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight for the post. Oh, he's making a substitution. Oh, my God.
Is it Thomas?
He's making a substitution at half-time. No.
No, it's not Thomas. Castagne's come on for Barnes.
I know. What?
I'll give up. I'll give up, Brandon. Give up.
The only thing I can think of is he's putting Castagne centre back with Ndidi and Evans, and we go in wing backs with Justin and Thomas. That's the only thing I can think of.
So we're going 3-5-2 then. Is that right? Have I done my maths right? 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 3-5-2.
I'd think so. Yeah, but
right, I'm going to head off so I can find out what the fuck Brandon's doing.
We've kicked off. Thanks. See you at 7 for the post-match show. Thanks very much.
Yeah, mate.
Cheers. Josh,
actually, you know what? Sorry, Chris. You know, judging from this start so far, it look. I mean, I don't know whether it's because we've not got the ball, but it looks like Thomas is playing centre back with Castagne playing wing back.
I mean, well, I suppose either of them are.
But either way, it's the wrong change, because as much as Barnes is hit and miss, now we've sort of lost that threat going forward.
Yeah, no, I agree. Just says here, Leicester have made a change. Castagne is on for Harvey Barnes. Could this be to try and negate the clear influence Solly March has been having on the game?
Why take Barnes off?
I don't get it.
It makes no sense at all.
Oh, Justin, that was a bit nasty.
Wait. Oh. Oh, what a guy! Well, Brighton are 3-2 up, mate, and it's one of the best strikes I've ever seen. Yeah, I hold your hands up to that, mate, and it's such a fucking good goal. We tried clearing it, and he's hit it first time from about 25, 30 yards, and it's gone in top corner. You can't do out about them. It's such a good goal. Free kick comes in. Justin tries. What a goal that is, right in the corner. You can't stop them. Jesus.
You can't. It was a good goal. And of course, we are a attacking player down now.
And that's the thing, mate. Exactly. I'm not going to blame any players for that goal because it's just such an unbelievable strike. But again, I don't know. I guess you just got, like say, mate, you just hold your hands up to that and say, what a fucking goal that is. But like you say, mate, in hindsight, we've lost one of our attacking players now, so it's gone against us. As I said in the first half, the checking possible offside. I tell you what, mate, if we get away with this, it looks like he might be offside, but I don't think it's him that gets the touch. It looks like Justin gets the touch. It's gone to VAR. We might get away with this, mate.
VAR are actually reviewing the decisions made at Newcastle and Chelsea yesterday. I don't know what's going to happen because they can't actually replace the thing, can they?
I'll be honest with you. If we get away with this, we are incredibly lucky because it looks like the Brighton player is, as the ball comes in, he is offside.
From the starting point, he is, yes.
But I didn't think it were him that got the touch. I thought it was Justin that got the touch out. So then obviously it goes into the next phase of play.
Is he interfering with play, though?
Could be a let-off here, mate.
I mean, it was an amazing goal, wasn't it?
Oh, unreal. Unbelievable.
They keep bringing that still up.
Or is Tielemans playing him on? Is he in between?
No, when they're showing it, from what I can see, the still that they are showing, those two Brighton players do look to be offside. I mean, it may be an elbow, but
they are. But if you look, Tielemans is just in between them both. You can't see him, but you can tell he's there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can.
I think he's going to. I think this might get ruled out. You know, he's off. He had to get it offside. How fucking lucky is that? Well, listen.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Well, listen, mate, we'll take it. I mean, the decisions, yeah, he's not. Oh, no, he's going to have a look.
Oh.
It might get given, though, because I think it may. I mean, it's good. What I say is going to go against us, but you've got to give him the benefit of the doubt, really. I think so. I think if it were me, and again, I'm a Leicester fan, so I shouldn't be saying this, but I'd give the goal because he's not really interfering with play, I don't think. Really. It's not like he's got a flick onto it or anything, or the ref will give this. I think he'll overrule the VAR decision. But this is where the ref shouldn't allow Brighton players around him because, again, you know that's out of order.
Oh, somebody's stopped them going.
No, he's kept the offside. I can't believe that. That I tell you what, we're so lucky with that. It's unbelievable because that's going to go. We were talking about VAR decisions earlier and what bullshit is. For me, mate, again, I'll probably get slagged off. I'm delighted that it's not been given, but for me, that's a goal.
Well, I don't believe it.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
We'll take it, definitely, but that's so harsh. That is really, really harsh. I'm delighted, don't get me wrong, but
yeah,
if that had, it's one of them where if that had been for us, you'd have been absolutely fuming.
Oh, exactly. And that's why I'm not cheering, because I always think when I see a decision like that, and I'm thinking, is it, isn't it? What would I be saying if it was the other end?
Yeah,
and I would be
exactly.
saying that was a goal every time.
Yeah,
but
we'd have been absolutely fuming. Now, this could go one of either two ways. This could really spur us on to think, right, we've got one of the luckiest decisions we'll ever have, or this is going to fire Brighton on and think, you know what, fucking hell, that goal should have stood regardless. For me,
said there that could be a lucky break or not. Exactly what you were saying.
Yeah, exactly, mate. And it's going to go either one or two ways. You just hope that it, gives us a kick up the arse to think, right, we've had a lucky break. I'm still stunned. I'm still stunned how how the goal hasn't been given, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. The interesting thing is, on my feed, which I'm guessing is the same as yours because I'm watching Sky, they kept putting that one picture up, and those two Brighton players, I couldn't see Tielemans' arm sticking out any further than those two. So, but then again, it's all this. Is it the same phase of play? All this, that, and the other. You just don't know.
I don't even think it's that, mate. I think there could be an argument given for the offside if one of them players has touched the ball, then the ball's gone back out of play and McAllister's whacked it in. Then you say, right, you know what? Yeah, he was offside. He's touched the ball because he's interfered with play that way. Then yeah, you can understand why it's not been given, because you see plenty of them decisions each week. But for me, the Brighton player's not got the ball. Justin's got the touch on it to try to clear it. So again, like I said earlier, mate, it's one of them where you do have to give the benefit of the doubt to the attacking team, because
I mean, James says here referees or the officials should be mic'd up. I mean, obviously they do in rugby. I don't know whether I want to hear everything they're saying, but they should certainly have to, come out and give a reason why they've done whatever they've done. They expect managers to come out, and talk, but they don't expect the referees to come out and talk. It's so unbiased. It really is. Guys, we've got 45 in the chat, and we are looking at 33 likes. So if you haven't hit that like button, please do. And if you are new, please feel free. It is free to subscribe to the channel. It was unlucky. Please give us a subscribe as well. It'll be interesting to see how Brighton react to it, not just Leicester, but how Brighton sort of look at that and go, well, that could spur them on, or it could make them sort of just pissed off and put their heads down.
Again, mate, I'm baffled. It's one of the luckiest decisions I've ever seen us get.
Maybe that's what we need, though. Maybe that's what we needed.
Just something like that, a bit of a shot in the arm to say, you know what, the luck's with us today. You'd like to think, anyway.
Mike, I just don't see why. They expect managers to do it, they expect players to do it, but they don't expect referees to do it.
Yeah, it's true. I think there needs to be something, like you say, for them to come out. I suppose not straight after games, but maybe on the, or even like so you can.
Sorry, mate, I didn't mean to laugh over you there. I'm just looking at the post on the BBC, and it's got video assistant referee. Here comes the fun police. That's the BBC.
That's right, mate. Oh my God! Well, that's in.
He likes a goal again.
Second ball. See, this is where we've got to be careful, because it's that is such a tough call by the ref that you don't try and sort of even things up with, because we see that plenty of times as well, don't we?
Oh, I always go back to the Villa game in the Championship winning year. But the Premier League is to review the controversial VAR decisions at Chelsea and Newcastle yesterday, with referees' organisation PGMOL as a matter of priority.
But the thing is,
these meetings will be shared with the clubs.
They can review it all they want, but at the end of the day, you know, decisions like this ain't going to help Brighton or West Ham.
No.
You know, it means basically, oh yeah, we're sorry we got the wrong decision. We're sorry we cost you a point or 3 points or whatever, but it's sort of tough shit. What compensation do they get?
Yeah. Neil, it's not over yet. You could still get 3 points. Problem is, the referee will give something that you'll have clueless pundits giving opinions. I mean, let's be honest with you. You've got pundits on the TV. You've got pundits on every different site. Betting sites now have their own pundits as well. There's us sort of guys on here, on these sort of streams that have our opinions. It is all about opinions. Where they've got the VAR machine, Brian, it's right in front of the Brighton fans.
And I suppose, as I was saying, when the ref went over to the screen, and I said, you know, it was surrounded by Brighton players, and like you say, you know, the fans are right behind it, so you can get easily influenced there, mate. So fair play, you know, the refs get the decision. Yeah, but I mean, don't get me wrong.
Conor McNamara says it's because it's such a beautiful strike and a minuscule of a distance that the passion of the football, and the football fans begins to wonder if that's the right decision, but the officials can't register that romance. And it's true; they've got to look at it in black and white.
I think, you know what, if it were a goal where, you know, maybe exactly the same situation, the ball's come in, the players are offside as they are, and if there'd have been like sort of a slight nick on by Justin and somebody's sort of tapped it in on the line or at the back post, then I'd maybe have been a bit more hard. Maybe a bit more understanding of the VAR call, but because of the strike and as I say, none of their players seem to touch the ball, then that's why I'm thinking I can't believe it's not been given.
No. Neil, you're a gooner. Are you feeling confident for later? Would you at this point take 2-2?
Well, it's difficult. I mean, it's daft. I'd take a point just to stop the rot of losing games, you know. And I suppose a point away at Brighton ain't a bad thing, really. You know, as we've seen, United got turned over here, and I know so that were on Trafford, weren't I think, or was it at Brighton? I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, Brighton have had a really good start.
Yeah, and you know they've beat teams better than us this season, so I think you would. I mean, personally, I'd take a point right now. You know, the way the game's going, but in the next half hour, if we go on to have, I don't know, fucking 10 shots with 8 on target, then you're sort of looking back on it as a bit of a disappointment. But
so far,
the way the game's going in, and after that VAR call that's gone in our favour, they're in again here though. Poor defending, good save, Ward.
We've had 4 shots, of which 3 have been on target. Brighton have had 12 shots with 2 on target. So you could argue there that our strikers are better, but I don't know. I think if you give me a 2-2 now, I think I might take it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I say, when you look at those games that are coming up, you know, just have a look. I remind everybody what they were. You know, Villa, who were 17th. Spurs, we can forget. Forest, 19th. Bournemouth 13th, Palace 15th, Leeds 9th. We've got to get, I said, 4 wins out of that. The one that worries me is Leeds, to be honest with you.
You'd think so, looking at the fixtures, but no game's easy for us this season at all.
Yeah.
I mean,
James says here, Brighton and no mugs, so a point wouldn't be a terrible result. Point
No.
away from home, mate. You know.
Forest's going to be the game, mate. That's going to be so tricky. I really think it will be because, you know, people could take the piss out of them for losing yesterday, you know, being 2-0 up and losing 3-2. But the way I look at it is, you know, Bournemouth just sacked their manager, so you're always going to get that, you know, sort of bounce after a manager's gone. Forest is going to be a really tricky game, and it's one of them where I can see it being pretty close and it can go either way. But, you know, 2 or 3 seasons ago, you look at the fixture we've got coming up and you think, right, you know, we've got a really good chance of putting on here and getting some points. But I just can't see it at the minute, mate. I really can't.
David says there any reason Justin and Castagna are not switching wings? I would have thought they would have done, but
I'm stunned that Thomas is playing centre back. I mean, Castagna, he's played centre back for us before, and if you're going to play this formation, and if you are going to keep Thomas on for whatever reason, then surely you put him on the left instead of at centre back. They're in again here. Well done, Justin. It's onslaught by them at the minute. We can't keep hold of the ball for love nor money.
I mean, who knows what goes through Brendan Rodgers' mind?
The thing is, the goal's coming, mate. The goal's coming for them. They're all over us. We look all over the place. Well, look, Castagna. Well done, Daka. Well done. No silly foul there. Oh, my God. They're in again. They're in again. 3-2. Yeah, 3-2. That's it.
No offside?
No, mate, again, the defending is just fucking atrocious. But it's no more than they deserve, mate. It's no more than they deserve. As we said, you know, that VAR decision could have been a real blessing for us. It, you know, sort of spurred us on to go, you know what, fucking hell, we had a lucky break here. We can go on to win this. He's well onside. Poor defending. Justin's not in line with the defence. Daka's fucking doing all he can to win the ball back. About the only one moving. Sumari should have gone in a bit harder. Again, mate, Justin's just, I don't know what's happened to him. Trossard's just, I don't know who's supposed to be marking Trossard, whether it's Justin or not, but he's not even playing in line with the defence. No more than they deserve. No more than they deserve. It's fucking pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. It's just bollocks, mate. It's the defence. I've never seen such a shit defence in all of my life. And now he's going to bring Vardy on. You know, fucking pick players for the natural position, man.
Thing is, Mark, I can't disagree with you. I don't know about Josh, but I've got to say you're totally right.
It's awful. The defending is fucking. It's so bad. Oh, unlucky there. Was that Daka? Yeah, unlucky. But then the thing is, you know what now, Chris? We'll probably start playing football. Now we've got to go another goal down. The defending, oh my God. But what was I saying to you in the United game, mate? We have to score at least 2 or 3 goals to get anything out of a game.
Yeah.
And
how true are you feeling about this right now?
Listen, had we gone 3-2 down to the wonder goal, then you sort of say, right, that sort of is what it is. But it's just the fucking tactical changes. They just make no sense whatsoever. I cannot understand how you could take off one of your attackers when, at the end of the day, Brighton deserve to be 3-2 up, don't get me wrong. But at 2-2, at half-time, you think, right, it's a fresh start. Let's get on the ball, get our attackers more into the game. Barnes is one of the best attackers. and you think, right, you go on to try and win the game. But to take Barnes off and bring Castagno on, it fucking just blows my mind. I don't get it.
I give up with him.
Again, but it's just one of the decisions where I can't see how pundits can look at that and think, well, yeah, poor Brendan. When he's made decisions like that, it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And fucking Thomas is centre back. So I don't know whether it's just clicking or not, but we're playing 3 centre backs. And 2 of them aren't actually centre-backs. One of them's a left-back and one of them's a central defensive midfielder. And we wonder why we concede goals. Brighton are in again. Great ball. Players out of position. All over the place. Here we go. 4-2. Oh, good save, Ward. All over the place there, mate. You'll see it and it'll blow your mind. Tom, what the fuck is going on? 3 players tried to win the ball off 1 player. Then Brighton had two on the overload down the left-hand side. Should have been 4-2, mate. Ward's made a great save.
Again, players totally unmarked on the left here.
All over the place.
I'm getting feedback, mate.
As I said earlier, and this isn't me taking the piss and being, trying to be funny. My daughter's under 11 side defended better than this today, and I'm not even joking. A lot more organised. Players knew where they were supposed to be. Weren't just lunging in silly. Fucking three defenders trying to win the ball off 1 player there, forgetting the two Brighton attackers behind him. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know, mate. Oh, Josh, something's happening with the sound. I'm getting a feedback from you, my boy.
Sorry, mate. Hang on. That's penalty. Penalty, Brighton. There you go. Tielemans was it indeed he gave away a penalty? Don't know, mate. Fucking shambles. Absolute shambles. All over the place defensively. Give away a stupid fucking penalty. Trossard completely spins indeed. Beautiful bit of skill. Blatant penalty. No denying that whatsoever. Indeed, he's all over him. Kicks out. Yeah, it's Stonewall. Lovely bit of skill by Trossard there. He's made Indeed look a right twat. But there you go, mate. Again, he's not a fucking centre-back. He's a defensive midfielder. I don't know why we're even going to bother arguing about it.
Even before we picked him, he was pushing him.
It's so fucking blatant, mate. It's such a Stonewall penalty. Chris, I'm sorry, mate. You know what? And we totally deserve to go on and lose this game, and we're going to. He'll bury this 4-2. If Rodgers isn't sacked this week, I'm not watching any more games until he's gone. Because I waste my fucking time. It's a complete waste of our time. I'm not. At the end of the day, Rodgers giving away a penalty there has got nothing to do with him. But he's playing a fucking CDM at centre back. If indeed he's not there, 4-2 straight down the middle. If indeed he's not there, and we've got a centre back who plays the position naturally, he probably doesn't get caught in that position where he's gave away the penalty. You know what I mean?
It's going to be interesting to see what excuse Roger comes up with this week.
There's no excuses.
I can still hear myself. Josh, I can still hear myself.
Hang on, wait there.
I'm not going anywhere.
Is that any better?
No, that's the same.
Hang on. Wait there, I'll leave and come back in, mate, see if it's any better.
Yeah, okay, mate. Come on, you are. Who's are? Brendan is so far away from Pep and Arteta. Please, Top, if you are watching, sack him. He's got to go now. He has got to go now. Thing is, will he be, though? Will he be? I mean, Vardy's on. The Marty's coming on, for fuck's sake. Inacho's off and Vardy's on. Fucking Tielemans is off. What the fuck is going on? And Kieran Dewsbury Hall is on. I mean, will somebody tell me what this clown is doing at our football club? Matthew, you're so right. Paul, again, you are so right. Samari off, Dewsbury Hall on, Tielemans off, Amati on, Inacho off, Vardy on. It's well, it shouldn't be a demise. Not with the manager, the players that we've got. Brendan needs to go. It's as simple as that. There is no excuse now, Top. Sack him. He's fucking rubbish. Like Josh said, as soon as see his daughter's under 11, and this sounds really weird, and it's not meant to be, Josh, so I apologise in advance. But I think I'd sooner watch your daughter's team than this at the moment. Welcome back. Sorry, I don't mean it like that, Josh, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you mean, mate. Does that sound any better?
It's when I talk and it's not coming back at me. So yes, it's a lot better.
Mate, I know. I took that in with all the good graces in the world, mate. I'd sooner watch my daughter's team than watch us at the minute. And he's bought on Amati for Tielemans.
Yeah.
Pratt,
for fuck's sake! What has Pratt got to do? Bum you or what, Brendan? Because he's fucking bringing a Marty on for Tielemans, and Pratt, who wants to stay here, has come out, supposed to have made his peace with you. Brendan, you are a shit stain on the pants of the club.
Listen, Chris, if he is not gone by tonight or tomorrow, something is drastically wrong behind the scenes. Listen, you can talk about, he's going to take a lot of money to get rid of him. We've just sold Fofana for 70-odd million. Granted, we've got to give St Etienne a bit of that. We've spent 15 million of that money on a new centre-back. If we can't afford to pay him off and just fuck him off completely, because you know what? I'm hoping this is a game where the media and the pundits that are up Rodgers' arsehole will look back on this and think, fucking hell, he's not really done himself any favours with his decision-making today, his tactics, playing fucking 3 centre-backs when one of them's a left-back and one of them's a CDM.
One of our best players pre-season was Pratt. I think the biggest Pratt is that fucking arsehole that sits in the manager's chair. He's the biggest fucking Pratt going. Wonderlust is asking, is your daughter's team any good?
The first game, it was the first game of the season today. I think it's the first time. I mean, she's been there. This is the second season. It's the first time they're actually going to be playing a competitive league. Last season was league format, but it were more friendlies and it weren't really competitive. But yeah, mate, I'd say, you know what? It brings me joy talking about it because the way that they've all come on so much over the last year. And again, mate, as I said, I get so much more pleasure watching them knock a ball about than I do watching our fucking Pratts at the minute.
It's probably better, to be honest with you. Ashley says, your time is up. Can you please go? Matthew, can you join the game? RYU, I don't know who the R is. Come on, you R. Because can't be Brighton and Hove Albion, and their nicknames the Seagulls. Who is the R?
Bobby Forest. Bobby Forest. Come on, you Reds.
Still, I'm not looking forward to that game.
But I tell you what, mate. As much as I don't want to fucking lose, Brighton done half knock the ball about well.
Well, somebody just here has said, I'm just looking for it here, and I can't find it at the moment. He wishes your team well.
Cheers,
where was it? It was this comment that I just put up. This is fantastic football from Brighton. Yes, it is. Yes, incredible. It is. I'm not taking anything away from Brighton. If you're a Brighton fan at the moment and you're not enjoying life, then there's something wrong with you. You sat in fourth. You have, and I've not. And I'm going to be honest with you. I wasn't Potter's biggest fan before last season, but he turned them away from relegation candidates into top half finishers, and he's got them here. So I'm giving credit to Graham Potter now.
The passing's incredible. The movement, the patterns of play, the one-touch passing. Players know where they're supposed to be. They've got players playing in their actual fucking preferred positions. They haven't got a fucking striker playing centre back and a CDM playing on the wing. And you know what I mean? They're well set up. They know what they've got to do. I reckon they'll score at least another couple today because we're just fucking all over the place.
I'm just going to put a quick. I'm just going to put a quick poll in on the YouTube one there. Basically, does Brendan get sacked after this game? It's a yes or no. There's not even a I'm not sure. Just have a vote there and just see. We've got 100% so far. I don't know how many voters we've had. It doesn't say how many. Six people have voted yes so far.
There is no way, after what he said the other night and after this performance, and you know what? I mean, don't get me wrong. The players haven't covered themselves in glory today at all. But when you're playing players out of position, and I know, and I may sound like I'm repeating myself, but this is where we've lost the fucking game today. Oh my God, Ward! Jesus Christ! I'm not going to call Daka and Iheanacho. They've done what they can. They've done what they're paid to do. They've scored goals. They've tried hard up top. That's about it, really. That's it.
Yeah. I cannot comprehend, says David, how a team as talented as what we see on the bench and in team can play this bad. That's the dispiriting thing here. We improve our front two up front and decimate our defence. I mean, Daesh for survival. I mean, I was going mad the other day at Ant's Leicester fan channel for suggesting Daesh. I don't know now. Who's managing your girls' football team? I'd take him at the moment.
You know what? It's Dad and his daughter. They do it jointly together, and I'll give them a shout out because with the players and the girls, they're absolutely brilliant. They're amazing. You know the way they coach them, and especially my daughter. You know she plays centre back, and the way she. I know what bit you're on about there as well. The way the way they coach them, and my daughter's come on leaps and bounds as a defender. She's really good.
So I think he's fucking messy or something.
Yeah, I'd take them over Rodgers. I mean, getting in behind again here, this is fucking laughable. It really is. It's so bad. They're finding it so easy to get in behind.
I don't think we should have cashed in on Maddison. Yeah, I have just seen what he just did. That was what I was going about. But tell me who hasn't been poor. I'm going to be honest with you. Go past Daka and go past Inacho. I mean, Vardy. Is Vardy on? I've not seen him get a touch of the ball yet.
Well, we've not been able to have where it's been all Brighton, isn't it? It's been fucking literally all them totally. Jesus Christ, that nearly went.
No. Let's not get silly now, Paul. Paul, no. I'm not having that. I'm not having that, Paul. There are limits.
We just, mate, Chris, as I said, and hand on heart, this isn't me being a fickle fan at all, because I have watched us. I mean, as well as you have. You've watched us fucking in worse times than this, but I have seen us in some shit positions, as we all have. For a long, long time, it has never been this bad. I can take games losing, as long as you play well. And you know what? At the end of the day, you sort of come off and you think, yeah, we'll beat it by the better team today. They really had to work for the goals. I can't say that anymore.
The Great Escape year.
Exactly. And the great Escape year, we were losing nearly every week, but we weren't being embarrassed. We were still in games. We were defending pretty well. We were unlucky to lose so many of them games, to be honest with you. They're only like by one goal. I don't think we got absolutely hammered that season, to be honest. But
we've got 50 in the chat, guys. We've got 36 likes. Come on, let's get them likes up and subscribe, please, if you are new. We don't just do Leicester content. That's like a punishment, the fact that we've got to do Leicester content. We do quizzes and Women's Super League as well. Please do subscribe to the channel. It would be much appreciated. In fact, I've got this is the new theme tune. The new theme tune for Brendan Rodgers, everybody. Let's hope it's a countdown to him being sacked.
Oh my God.
4-2 and it's 83 minutes.
Nothing. No, absolutely fucking nothing. You know what? Like you're saying, Inacho and Daka have done the job for me today. When they've been called upon, when the ball's gone up to them, they've tried to make things happen. They've got a goal each. They get a complete pass from me today. I think given the opportunities, they've done really well. Everyone else, as you say, including it goes without saying that Rodgers has been a piece of shit today, because he has been for the last 9 months. Management wise, I would say I'm lost for words, but I've been talking for God knows how long now. But as I said earlier, mate, I think for me, if he has not gone by tonight or tomorrow, or actually before the Villa game, if he's not gone, I'm not going to bother watching anymore, because why put yourself through it?
He needs to go and give us a week to get somebody in, because if he goes, then obviously Torre would go and we'd lose. It'd probably be Mike Stoll in charge. Mind you, he can do a worse job, in fairness to him. Wouldn't be surprised if you guys go in for Rafa, Bielsa, or even Wilder. Do you know what? I like Wilder. Doesn't maybe play the best football, but
at this minute in time, though, Chris.
Exactly.
You just want results.
I'd go for Wilder over Dyche, to be honest with you.
I just want to see us obviously, we all want to see us set up better. Look at Maddison. Look, he's not even fucking tried. It's going to be 5. No, it's not. Well done, Ward. Straight at him, though. They just gave up. Completely gave up. Maddison, he gets the ball nicked away from him. Just not in. And again, I don't want it to sound like I'm slagging him off, because he's been one of our best players, but just no effort there at all. They've completely fucking Just give up. And I feel so sorry for the fans that have actually travelled to watch this.
I feel sorry for the other person I feel sorry for, Alan Bennett. Because when this finishes, he's got to pick a Leicester City man of the match for me. And even the commentators saying Brendan's lost it, he has to go.
It goes without saying, mate, but we are fucked. We really are.
Arsene Wenger, isn't he sort of in the bath chair now? How old is he? 110?
Completely fucking stop. We're in a decent attacking position there. We've given the ball away. Maddison throwing his fucking arms up. Oh, not one player has even attempted to go and win that ball back. Brighton on the attack, straight at Ward again. I mean, as you were saying earlier, mate, I don't know if Brendan's lost the dressing room completely or what, but there's just no fucking effort here at all. This has got to be.
They've just lost the ball, arguing among themselves, and the heads are just down. They're not even running back.
And it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
It would be interesting to see if Klopp does give them all a refund, wouldn't it?
I genuinely struggle to see where the first win's going to come from. This rate, Chris. It may, I may sound like I'm being over dramatic. We could seriously be in trouble of fucking getting the lowest points if this doesn't change.
Yes.
Put us up against anybody at the minute, and we're not getting anything.
Newport are going to beat us in the Carabao Cup.
Brentford should have beat us.
Yeah.
We were lucky to get a point out of that. And you know what? And the players can come out afterwards on the fucking Instagram post and all that bollocks saying, we need your support. How the fuck, how can you get behind this? Seriously.
Why wasn't that a free kick? I'm gonna have this on low because I want to hear the crowd's reaction at the end. So because I think they should. The Leicester fans, I have a feeling, may let out a few boos. Matthew, that is why it's the longest you've been at a club. As after a while they become poo. Do you remember Ian Holloway?
Yeah.
Square pegs, round holes.
Yeah.
It just reminds me so much of that at the moment. The guy just said then there are ways to lose, and this is the worst.
I don't even think it's a case of square pegs, round holes, mate. It's a case of a manager being so fucking stubborn. Managers fall out with players all the time. Alex Ferguson used to fall out with players, and he'd still pick them because it's for the best. It's for you do what's best for the team, and you do what you can to get 3 points, regardless of who you fucking fall out with. Or you're not telling me Soyuncu comes into this team
7 minutes injury time.
Of course,
you're not. If we had turtles on the pitch, it would be injury time. Come on, I've got to get it in every game.
Nobody could tell me that Soyuncu comes into this team and we're worse than what we are now.
Yeah. It'll be at 7 p.m, Mike, the match reaction. Nathan, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, David, I agree. Michael out now. Oh, sorry, Michael. Rodgers out now. Sorry, not you, Mike. Honestly, sorry, mate. There are 6 minutes left. Can we get 2 goals? For those of us that are of a certain age, this is so reminiscent of Frank McClintock when he came in. Can't even bloody offside.
I am still here, Chris.
That's okay, mate. Not a problem. Not a problem. So a couple of changes being made by Brighton. Again, we've made 3 subs. What about the other 2, Brendan?
They work well, Chris.
Do you know what? Do you remember that last season when I called him Brendan Bellend? He's not even that good now. All I've got to say is congratulations, Brighton. You deserve this.
Brilliant, mate. They've been fantastic. They really have. And they're such a good team to watch. They really are.
People are saying, well, they're worse at home than they are away. Bloody hell, if this is them being worse.
You know, could you imagine if this were at the King Power?
Probably be more. But,
I mean, I'm just looking at the formation now, mate. I don't know what we're trying to do. What formation are we even playing?
Oh, who knows? Stick a finger in the air.
You know, you go 3-2 down and you take off a fucking attacking player in Tielemans and bring on a Marty, a centre back.
We know what his subs are like. Michael, I'm not blaming Ward for this loss. It's not Ward on his own. I'm sorry. It's the whole team. I mean, I'm going to end the poll now. It's 88% say yes, sack Rodgers now. 12% say no. Be interesting to see who that 12% is. Mike says, Brighton are a joy to watch. Fast-flowing football, pass and move, and they are so pleasing to watch. You can see how good they are after losing Basuma and Corcarella. Yeah.
Exactly, and that's the thing, mate. They lost. You could say they lost 2 of the best players, and they still play like this. You know, Potter sticks to his guns, and you know he's still adamant on playing good, attractive football.
Yeah,
and it obviously works. It works for him.
Thing is, though, Brendan would use that as an excuse. Oh, I've lost my bum buddy. You know, he's gone to Chelsea. Yeah, well, look at. They've lost more pay as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or not? Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, Madison. Oh, here we go. That's a foul. Fucking all over the place. It's been so bad. You know what? And Marty's gave the foul away, but at least he's fucking trying to put a tackle in.
I mean, James, you're saying that it's the players, but the players are doing what they are told to be doing. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. You know, a team reflects their manager. Brighton reflecting the way that Potter wants them to play. So, yeah, it is. I mean, Marty's walking away now, swearing at himself. What's the point? Neil, please go away on Twitch. Shove your idea of getting, you're a bot. Shove it up your arse and go away. Strip Bear, we can but look. We are. If our luck is in, yes, he will be sacked.
He's got to. Oh, what a goal! Oh, great finish from the free kick. And you know what? McAllister deserves that. Absolutely deserves that from the goal he had ruled out. Ward, no chance. Top corner.
Who decided we needed 7 more minutes of this shit?
I mean, there's no denying that, mate. What a goal that is. And as I said, mate, he had the goal chalked off, which, again, you can go back. I said it should never have been disallowed, and he deserves that.
Yeah, great goal. But the whole team deserve it.
Yeah, exactly, mate.
Yeah. Deserve it.
Yeah. As much as we've been shit, mate, you go back to Brighton, they've been fantastic. They've been really good.
Yeah. Mr. Brighton fan, I appreciate you praising us. I hope Leicester improve. They shouldn't be bottom of the table. We are. We should be clutch. We really should. I mean, that goal, perfection. If he was Brazilian, that would be being played back every other day.
I'll be honest, but the thing is, Chris, it should have been more.
Sorry, Clutch, you deserve it, mate. You've played well. You've played us off the park. Good luck for the season.
He's got... Listen, a 5-2 flatters us, I'll be honest with you. It does. And it sounds ridiculous to say that. Brighton should have scored 7, 8. Ward's made some pretty good saves. That's got to be it, mate. That has got to be it. We cannot.
It is full time.
We cannot put up with that anymore. And the comment regarding the players haven't covered themselves in glory at all. I understand that, but when you're picking players to play out of position to spite the team at the end of the day, what do you expect?
I'm watching Maddison now. Maddison sat on the floor thinking, what the hell am I doing here?
But Maddison was shit today. He was garbage. He was fucking awful. You know, that's it, mate. There is no way. There's no way he can survive this. No, not a chance.
I've got to say, Brighton are in 4th place now. 3 points and 7 goals better off than Chelsea.
Just looking back at the penalty here, fucking come on. I mean, Trossard sends Ndidi for a lollipop. Lovely bit of skill. But I don't think this is the thing. I'm just looking back at it now. Ndidi's got himself... Trossard goes past him. Ndidi gets in the position where Trossard's off the pitch and he still manages to get to the ball first. And Ndidi's between Trossard and the ball. So I don't know how he gets there first. It blows my mind, mate.
I don't know.
But again, he's not a natural centre-back.
You know that. I know that. The arsehole that's in charge of the club, as in the manager, doesn't know that.
Oh, mate. Oh, fucking...
If he doesn't go now, something is really, really wrong. Brighton,
if he's not sacked...
Brighton were everything we were not.
Listen, if he's not sacked this week, he won't get sacked this season. Because the thing is, we've got a week until we play Villa, right? And then I think after that, is it an international break?
Yeah, yes, it is. No, I think that's after Spurs, I think.
After Spurs.
Yeah.
So you sack him, get Stowell in as interim for a couple of games, see how we get on, and then that gives you 2 weeks to bring in a manager. He's got to fucking go. I don't, people will come out and say, he won us the FA Cup, he's not had funds to spend. These are neutral.
He won us the Premier League, didn't he?
And this is what I'm saying, Chris.
And we weren't even bottom. We were 17th when we sacked him. Yeah. And I don't want any of this shit that people say, well, that was 4 games in and all this. Yeah. Like, it doesn't matter. We sacked. He's got to go. I don't know who I want in this play. I don't know who I want, but we won't get Poch. And I don't think he'll stay long. But...
And this is what I'm saying. That's not me. That's not me saying he's won us the FA Cup and stuff. Because my feelings are very clear about Rodgers now. He's got to go. But I don't want to hear any bollocks from any pundits or anybody in the media saying, "Well, he's not been backed," and without Rodgers, Leicester will get relegated. Because this showing and I'm not taking, I'm not saying the players are blameless at all, because they are, because half of them just down tools today and thought, fuck it, we give up. But Rodgers set us up in a game where he's played indeed a CDM at centre back when he could have, whether Castagna, whether Soyuncu was on a plane to fucking Turkey or whatever. He's doing that because he's not getting picked, and Rodgers has fell out with him. He's kept Thomas on, took Barnes off, one of the main attacking threats that we've got, brought Castagna on, put Thomas centre back when we know Castagna could play he can play centre back. He's not centre back, but. And the change is just, I can't get my head around it. He's got to have set us up there for the sack. I'm fucking sorry. You do not make them changes unless you want paying out.
No. I mean, James says it reminds me of the Liverpool 14-15 and the early part of 15-16, where his time here has come on the decline. Yeah, I mean, like I say, where's that? This is worse than Puel. This is worse than Puel.
A lot worse. Listen, under Puel, we didn't play attractive football at all. We played a lot of possession stuff, and we didn't really go anywhere with it. But we weren't losing games like this, really, in this manner.
No, I did say earlier on that Mike was listening, that the post match was at 7. I do apologise. It was 6 o'clock. Yeah, so it's a couple of hours' time. I'm just going to see if Jason is going to just come on and have his thought. It could have been 8-0, MH. You're quite right. At the end of the day, Gary Taylor Fletcher's followed me back.
Every cloud.
Day's not been a total waste.
Yeah.
Like I say, there is no way that he cannot go now, is there?
No, that's it, mate. That has got to be it. There's no, give him the Villa game. That is it. There is no fucking way he comes back from this. I'm sorry. No way.
What do you think the excuses are going to be?
He can't give any. There is no excuse that he can come out with.
I mean, if he has only made 3 substitutes, which he has, then surely he's picking the wrong substitutes.
I couldn't even tell you the shape that we were trying to play at the end, what the formation was. I don't know. I don't know.
We are bottom with 1 point, 3 points behind Forest, West Ham, Villa, and Everton. That would say 1 win would get us out of this. Well, it would only take us at 1 place because Forest have got a minus 10 goal difference. We've got a minus 8. But I don't know where that win's going to come from. Do you?
No. Not a chance, mate. Forest will beat us. Villa will beat us next week. Leeds will beat us. Spurs are going to absolutely destroy us. Where does it end?
I honestly don't know, mate. I really don't. Is there any way that you could see or would want him staying?
No. You know what? If I'm repeating myself, Chris, I know, but if he picks players in the natural position and we go on to lose that game today, I could cut him some slack. But the Castagna for Barnes change, I do not. I mean, it could come out that Barnes maybe picked up a knock. I don't know, but if that's the case, you bring on either Albrighton or you bring on Perez or you bring on Pratt to, sort of keep your shape. You don't take an attacker off when the game's there to potentially be won, to bring on Castagna, to put him at left wing back. Fair enough, he can play there, but you don't keep Thomas on to play centre back.
No. Josh, I will let you go because I'm going to get Jason on for a few minutes before I go and get ready and prepare. You are most welcome back tonight at 6 if you want to, and say your bit. I think Brad will be having a bit of a moan as well, but you're most welcome back.
I might do, mate. You know what? I mean, I know, as we said earlier, I'm the curse. But until he's gone, mate, I'm happy to come and do a watch along. But I'll probably just be your companion because I won't be watching the fucking game. That's for
sure. No problem, mate. Hey, look, thanks very much. Take care of yourself. Thanks for holding my hand, sir.
You're more than welcome, pal. I'll catch up with you soon, bud.
A shoulder to cry on. Thanks a lot, Josh.
Well, we've all got to look after each other in these times, haven't we?
We have. Cheers, buddy. Take care.
Look after yourself, pal.
Bye-bye. Thanks to Josh, and we're going to get rid of one J and bring in another J. Give me something I can smile about, Jason.
Crit, I mean, come on, let's be honest. There's nothing to smile about, is there? There is no positives whatsoever in that game. I mean, when is Brendan Rodgers going to take any blame whatsoever? I mean, I've not long heard, this came from the BBC radio, 110 million pound in losses. That's what we are looking at right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just gone bad to worse. I mean, I keep on seeing this, and it, you know what, without swearing, but it annoys the hell out of me when people will say, well, you know, we've got to pay him off for 20 million pound. Well, I'm not being funny or nothing, but I'd rather find the money to do that rather than embarrassing us even more. I mean, okay, I mean, people will say, and I've seen all the comments, but when people say, well, you know, he hasn't got no money and things like that, that's a team that can still go out and beat other clubs. You know,
I can't argue. I can't argue with you at all. This is the same squad that, 10 players that were in the squad that beat Southampton 9-0 are still at the club.
Absolutely.
We can't beat them. There is just play. I mean, it reminds me so much of Ian Holloway. Round pegs, square holes. What was he doing? He's got no tactical awareness whatsoever. Everybody says that he is such a good coach. He's a fucking awful coach.
It's insane because when you read the comments and people will say, you know, but it's not Brendan's fault. Right. Who puts the formation out? Who does the tactics? The selection of the team, it comes down to one person, Brendan Rodgers. It doesn't matter how you see it. It comes down to one man, and it makes me it's laughable. He's on his touchline and he puts his hands over his head. I mean, I just don't understand. And then in the press conferences, he never takes any blame.
No.
And it's like,
I said it this morning. I don't know if you heard it earlier, but it was on Talksport, and I played it at the start and I played it at half time as well. And I said, and this was live on Talksport radio, Brendan blames everybody but Brendan.
Absolutely. I mean, to be honest with you, and I really do hope this comes today or something, but you know, it'd be an absolute godsend if he decided to say, you know what, that's it. I tell you what, let's end the contract. You know, that would be the best thing for the club. At least we won't have to pay him off with all that money. But it's just an embarrassing. I genuinely don't think he's not the man that he was 2 years ago. And when he came out and said, well, Leicester City is not Leicester City it was 2 years ago. Well, with the squad that we've got, it is still capable of beating other sides. And then it's like as if, you know, he states saying he understands the owners. Well, you know, it's the philosophy has always been there. I mean, the problem is, right, and Celtic fans will always say the same, you know, he won't go anywhere else unless there's money. But the problem is we don't have any money. And like I said to you, we are looking at £110 million loss. So, I mean, what is it? Does he want to be, I don't know what Manchester United are doing, trying to buy the whole league? It should be. these
Thing
players
is, everybody says he's a good manager. Robbie Savage said before the before Man United game, Leicester would go down if they didn't have Brendan Rodgers as a coach. He is a good coach. No, he fucking isn't. He's an awful coach. You know, every other manager that's had less experience than him out tactics him game after game after game. You know, Potter's better than him. He's shown today. I just think, you know. If it costs us 20 million to get rid of him, how much will it cost us if we get relegated?
Well, you're looking at 100 million straight away, aren't you? You're looking.
So
you're going to be declining.
Let's cut our losses and let's get him out. They just said on Sky, awkward scenes at full time for Brendan Rodgers, who bravely went to go and clap the away fans. There was clear anger directed towards him and his players, and there was the Rodgers out banner being held. He has some serious questions to answer now. And he does. He does. I mean, who? If sorry, mate. Carry on.
I think he'll be gone, Chris. Honestly, I reckon he'll just walk.
Well, I don't think he will because he
I genuinely do think he'll be.
Well,
I mean, it's just. I mean, he amazes me. You know, the people that did his contract. I mean, that is just remarkable. I mean, I can't get my head around that one. I mean, why on earth would you want to do a contract within that means when they knew there was already going to be at a loss at the club? Why on earth? Because now it makes things, 10 times more worse than they are. And I can only take so much of being a fan. And I do post quite a lot. And I'll say about the fairy tale fans. They are that. Okay, we have people that go over all the time about what we've done, what we've won. You know what? That's the past. This is now. We're always wanting to progress as a club, but right now we're sitting at the bottom of the league.
Yeah, I said, and everybody was saying, "Oh, we're only 4 games in. We're now 6 games in. We sat Ranieri and we were 17th."
I mean. Can you remember the conversation that we was last on, and it was with Brad and you? And I can remember, I believe it was in the pre-season, and things started. I don't know. I can't put my finger on, and didn't realise it would come to this. But I don't know. There's so many similarities from last season. I don't care what people say. Who do we bring in? I don't care. Bring in Donald Duck for all I care. The bottom line is them players are no longer going to play for Rodgers. And did you see the Vardy incident? I mean, because he was benched. But I think there's more to that than meets the eye. But he can't do anything with the squad. I mean, he's changed it today. I just don't. There is no direction. No direction in the slightest
whatsoever. Jason, mate, thanks for coming on. Sorry.
I mean, these paying fans that went up there today, honestly, I take my hats off. They must feel absolutely gutted.
Yeah. Jason, also, I mean, some of his substitutions. We're going to be going through it a lot more in the post-match show, which is at 6 o'clock, not 7, as I said earlier. Mate, thanks for coming on. Don't do anything silly. As much, and keep your eye on Twitter and Facebook, and if with any luck, we'll
try and run him down.
It's embarrassing. Thanks very much, mate. Take care of yourself.
See you later.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye. Oh, thanks to Jason for popping on there. I mean, I don't. We all get how frustrated everybody is. I just don't know where we go from here. I know where I go. I go and I'm going to drop the kids off at the pool. Let me just say that. The fans are magnificent today. They always are. There's nothing else we can do about it. Give them until the international break. That's when it's normally out. Well, that's 2 games away. We're going to lose to Tottenham anyway. If we lose to Villa, I don't know. What's the harm in getting rid of him now? James... That's yeah. I know. Explain it to me. I feel maybe we should give them all the money back. Rodgers is a crap manager, no doubt about it. I love Leicester and they're breaking my heart. Not sure if that's Jason or not. Yeah, Scott says we're about to go. Thank you everybody for tuning in to what was painful watch. I will say before I go, hats off to Brighton. Fantastic team. They are playing well. They are sat in fourth, and you know what? They deserve to be there. The 13 points, 3 above Chelsea, with a better goal difference by 7. Guys, if you're a Brighton fan, then I'm with Dan. I'm not doing a post-match with Dan, JJ. No, don't really do anything with Dan now, unfortunately. I hope he's all right, though, but I'll be doing it with Brad at 6 o'clock. Well done, Brighton. That's all I can say. Absolutely well done, Brighton. You deserve it. You were the better team. You outplayed us. You, what can I say? You were the better team. Ella, we do Brighton go on Seagulls. Like I say, I can't argue. You deserved it so much. Guys, thank you very much. If you haven't yet done, still time, press that subscribe button and follow us. We do a lot of Leicester stuff, obviously. We're also going to cover WSL Monday night, which is tomorrow night. I've got an interview with Tony Cottee. Be interesting to see because he does a bit of work for the club, commentating. Be interesting to see what he thinks on it. That's Tony Cottee, 7:15 tomorrow. It will be, if you want to get your questions in, it will be subscribers only questions. It's no longer just a holiday in Brighton. We'll be back at 6 o'clock. As I say, sub if you can. Like if you're already subbed. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you to everybody who was in the comments. Was it D. Ream who said things can only get better? I think he might have been lying. I'll see you in 1 hour 45. Take care, stay safe. Don't touch that dial.
That's all, folks.
Thanks for watching Leicester Till I Die. This is Chris saying goodbye and see you next time.
This week's episode has come to an end. But the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too or I'll be back.
Leicester Till I Die TV. They think it's